That's right, Amanda. We are posted up and broadcasting live from Wellington, Kansas, upon the footprint of what is soon to be called John Gifford Field at Sellers Park here in Wellington. A top 10 matchup within the Class 4A in the state of Kansas. Your Labette County Grizzlies, number 10 in the Class 4A, an undefeated 3-0, looking to protect that perfectly polished and shiny, undefeated non-conference record. Wellington has a chink in their armor, however, it came to a good foe. Andale causes Wellington to be 2-1 and ranked number 9 coming into tonight. Should be a good one, and we're glad that you're with us. My name's Jack Leake III, riding solo tonight on the play-by-play in the absence of my father, whom is out of town, but a replacement for him tonight, our cameraman, Caleb McKee, has a headset on and is going to chime in throughout the broadcast and in our pregame, halftime, and postgame shows with the insight that he brings. Also a manager of the Labette County Football Grizzlies, so has all kinds of insight and information to offer. Caleb, glad that you're with us. Labette County taking on a team in which they have not beaten, at least going back the last 7 years on the road. Labette County perfect in the non-conference so far. Tonight maybe going to be the toughest non-conference game yet.
You know, this year we're looking for, obviously, a 4-0 start. Hopefully we can get that. This is probably the toughest game that we will face this year. It's looking to be a good matchup. Hopefully we can stay with them, maybe win, and pull out that dub.
Have seen a lot of good games, close games played here, but Labette County yet to defeat these Crusaders. It's been a historic season so far. Let's make it another night. Let's step aside for 2 minutes for the playing of the national anthem. Home team, Wellington Crusaders, about to burst onto the turf for the first time tonight in front of what is just about probably a 75% filled home bleachers right below us, home of the 4-time state football champion, and they come onto the field wearing gray tops and bottoms and red helmets. Labette County yet to make an appearance. I'm Jack Leake III alongside Caleb McKee, filling in for my dad tonight. Caleb also runs the live stream, so he's going to do his best to give his input throughout tonight's broadcast and help me out. Labette County walks around the outer edge of the football field that does not have a track around it. Caleb, that's something you remembered from past games here. No track around this football field.
You know, it always made me confused when we would come here. Normally you see that bright red or bright colored track, but tonight it's not here, so we feel closer to the field and we feel more close to the players.
You really do, as I can see numbers on the back of jerseys for once in my football radio career, so that's actually kind of nice, believe it or not. We're under 5 minutes until kickoff here in a top 10 matchup in the Class 4A. Labette County looking to stay perfect and finish perfect in their non-conference regular season slate. Opened up 3 weeks ago at Parsons with a victory over our rivals by a score of 26-6. The week after that, at home against Winfield, 27-20 a victory. And then for the first time ever against the Purple Dragons of Pittsburgh, Labette County captured a victory over the Dragons, 20-13. Caleb, those Winfield and Pittsburgh games at home the last 2 weeks, we've been spoiled rotten with quality Southeast Kansas high school football. I mean, those two games were as just Friday Night Lights-esque as you get. Goal line stands, 99-yard game-winning drives, an Aaron Wyrick blow to the hip for the quarterback for Pittsburgh, who about scored a game-tying touchdown right at the goal line. So much fun, so much packed into those first 3 weeks, especially those last couple at home.
Man, those games sure do feel good to win, but tonight we got to bring it home. We have to beat our toughest opponent this season, and we have to really score big here.
Wellington, a team that is 2-1 on the season. The Crusaders' one loss comes to Andale, which name somebody that doesn't lose to Andale. But aside from that, they opened up with a win here at home against Wichita Collegiate, 32-13, and then that loss at Andale, 77-20, and then at Clearwater, 18-14, a victory for Wellington. So Labette County just finished up 2 games at home in Altamont, and now they travel a little over 2.5 hours to come play here at Wellington, whereas the Crusaders just finished up 2 road games, and now they're glad to be here at home. So you always wonder how the bus rides and the home field routine benefits the home team and then is disadvantageous to the road team. All 8 captains, 4 for each team, are at center field here at Wellington. For Labette County, it's Michael Reed, Jamal Jackson, Barrett Heston, and Kagan Bates. What is nice here, Caleb, at Wellington is their referees have microphones, and you can hear the calls crystal clear over the loudspeakers. Always a nice touch. We enjoy that.
We always love seeing that they have that, especially when it's hard to read sign language sometimes.
Yes.
And big improvement from what we've seen at our place. It's nice to have.
In last week's game at home against Pittsburgh, in that 20-13 victory for Labette County, the Grizzlies only threw 7 passes. Aaron Wyrick went 3 for 7 for 44 yards, had a long one to Nolan Nash that set up a touchdown. On the ground for Labette County, Deontay Fields led the way with 15 carries for 47 yards. Aaron Wyrick on the ground had 2 touchdowns, our quarterback, and not to forget that game-saving, game-winning tackle at the 4-yard line. Defensively for Labette County, up front, Michael Reed has been outstanding for the Grizzlies. He had 5 tackles for loss. That has been his specialty. Tackles for loss, and when we need them, Michael Reed has burst through the trenches and came in the clutch. All 22 high school athletes are on the grass here at Wellington, as next week this place will be renamed John Gifford Field at Sellers Park. An ex-head coach here at Wellington, kind of a neat deal taking place next week, a rebrand, a rename of this facility. Labette County in their road white uniforms, tippity top all the way to the bottom, except for that helmet that is shiny red with a Grizzly split face on both sides. Wellington in home, dark grays with red numbers, red helmets, and tall red socks. Nolan Nash will kick to open the game. Wellington will receive and work the field right to left. And we are underway, a top 10 matchup here in Wellington. Labette County looking to start the season 4-0. Here's a fake trick handoff for Wellington, but it's snuffed out across the 30 by Labette County's number 10, Regan Ross. The freshman stayed home and didn't bite on the fake reverse.
Regan Ross has really come out of his shell these past couple weeks. He is a new freshman to our team coming from Meadowview, and we're excited to see him get to play, especially on the varsity team.
Shotgun formation for Wellington to start tonight. As I kind of bit off more than I could chew earlier, those red numbers on the gray jerseys are kind of hard to see. And the first play's a little flare screen to the right, and it's enough for a first down for the Crusaders. Quarterback tonight for the men in gray is number 11, Colton Elmore, a 5'9" sophomore. So an underclassman quarterback for Wellington. They're looking at a 2nd down and 1 for the first drive of the ball game at their own 41. A handoff to the left side is going to result in a first, but not much more than that, as the tackle was made by Tayton Claiborne and Nolan Nash for Labette County. Jalik Armstrong, the ball carrier, the 5'10" senior for Wellington. So 1st and 10, home team at their own 42-yard line, middle of the field. Another handoff right up the gut for a good chunk of about 5. Aaron Wyrick on the tackle right at midfield. Armstrong again up the middle, as Wellington is a team we kind of guessed was going to have a good mixture of run and pass, and we've seen that already.
Yeah, truly seeing what they've done with the ball, throwing for 9 yards and rushing for at least 5.
Here's a pass that's batted down at the line by Michael Reed, forcing a big 3rd and 6 to open the game. Labette County in a 4-3 defensive front to open this competition. And Labette County lost a lot of linebackers and had a great defense last season. But one thing I feel like they've been better at this year is speed on the edges, as Labette County hasn't given up too many plays on the outside. 3rd and 6 for Wellington, a pass across the middle, incomplete, and no late hit flag as the receiver was bopped right after he dropped it. No penalty, 4th down and 6, and we're going to see what Coach Meeks is going to do for Wellington here, and he is going to punt. After what looked like a comfortable Wellington offense picked up a first, Labette County forces a punt right at midfield.
You know, you always love to see that, especially first drive.
Yeah.
Wasn't necessarily a 3 and out, but after they got that first down, then we really closed it out on them.
A low snap. It's going to be picked up, and it's a healthy punt. My goodness. Nolan Nash is going to fake catch it, and it's going to be downed inside the 5-yard line. Boy, I'll tell you, that was as good of a punt as you'll see. That was Cole Zecca, it looked like, on the punt. That was a great punt by Wellington there. And it'll be 1st down and 10, Labette County at their own 4-yard line with 10:23 left in the opening quarter. Labette County, under first-year head coach, still was a part of the staff for quite a few years before this one, but stepping into the head coaching role this season is Bradley Argerbright, assisted by Davey Brown, Tanner Russell, Travis Hurley, Silas Stone, Mike Hayward, and Ryan Page. And I look on the roster sheet, and it says managers Caleb McKee, and he's sitting right next to me helping me broadcast this game. Deontay Fields has been the main running back, but it'll be a play-action deep shot for Labette County, getting under it. Nolan Nash caught at the 40. Midfield Nolan, turn on the Jets, baby. He's pushed OB at the 35 of Wellington. Play number 1 goes for about 55 yards for Labette County.
What an incredible first play that was. I mean, we come out of the gates being the underdog here in this game, and we get a huge pass to cover over midfield and kind of deep into Wellington territory.
I kind of talked over you, Caleb. I was still kind of venting how incredible that pass was by Aaron Wyrick. It was a long fake handoff, and he threw a rainbow that hung in the air for 3.5 seconds. I counted, and it was caught by Nolan at midfield. T-bone set for Labette County. Wyrick hands off to the left to Kagan Bates. Looks to cut inside. Jibs and jabs and gets to about the 30-yard line. So Labette County in 2 plays goes from their own 4-yard line to the Wellington 31, 2nd down and 7.
Trying to get plays every time is what counts. And if you get 3 or 4 yards every play, that's a first down before it becomes 4th.
That's right. Labette County has been a run-first offense, and while it feels like a committee with Claiborne, Bates, and Fields, it's been Deontay Fields who's really stepped into the lead back role this year. 2nd and 7, Nolan Nash in motion. A jet sweep to Nash. He'll try to cut in, now cut out, grabbed from behind and brought down after a good gain of 4. 3rd down and manageable for the Grizzlies here, almost to the Wellington 25.
This is great scoring position here. Not quite in the red zone, but almost there, knocking on the door to try and seal a touchdown here.
It'd be a great way to start the game, as there's been so many times in the past, Caleb, especially in non-conference, where Labette County gets out in a hole, 14-0, no momentum, hard to come back, got to grit and grind. This season, with their success, they've mitigated early game mistakes and deficits. This would be huge on the road. A handoff on 3rd and 3, and Claiborne smoked in the bell after a gain of 2, though. So 4th and about a long yard for the Grizzlies. This would be a great get on the road after a defensive stand on Wellington's opening drive.
If the Grizzlies can convert on 4th down here, that will be a huge, great play call by Argabright and crew.
As we've been good in 3rd and 4th down and short situations this season, Aaron Wyrick under center. I know this is early, 8 minutes first quarter, but this feels big. Wyrick with a long handoff to Fields, has to get outside, can't do it. Turnover on downs, Labette County. So both defenses get stands on the opposition's offensive drive, so it'll be Wellington football at their own 26.
You know, sometimes you just have to take those shots, and when you don't get them, you don't cry about it. You get back up and you go for defense. Try and stop them 3 and out here.
So back onto the field trots Elmore and company, their quarterback, their sophomore quarterback, really impressive. Deontay Fields in single coverage at the bottom here, and a slant route mightily underthrown, incomplete for Elmore. 2nd down and 10 coming up for Wellington. Assistant coaches under head coach Jeremiah Meeks includes Ryan Elder, Nick Wellington, Chase Martin, Tim Lyra, Ross Foley, Ryan Jenkins, and Trevor Warnock. A lot of kids out to play football this year for Wellington. I mean, a lot down here on the sideline. Good, healthy number. Run for about 5 up the middle here. 3rd down and 5, as I believe that was Armstrong again up the middle for Wellington. He's gotten the doses of carries for them so far today. Labette County got a defensive stand at midfield, a defensive drive ago, and then just turned the ball over on downs at the Wellington 26. Elmore rolls out left, pressure throws across his body. That was better. It's caught at the 40, and there he goes out of bounds. The ball was caught on the near side by Emerson Brownlee, the 6'4 senior tight end. A nice play there, a simple one to kind of get Elmore to see the ball caught and the sticks moved.
You know, that was a good catch on the sideline. Great play call, I'd say.
Yeah.
Not great for the Grizzlies, but we need to hold them. That's what we need to do.
The playbook is keeping the Grizzly defense on their heels. Here's a big run across midfield inside the 35 to about the 31-yard line. Burst forth Jalik Armstrong. As I'm telling you, we've played teams this season where you can tell what they're going to do, which is mainly run the football. And tonight, we don't know really if Wellington's going to pull and pass or keep it on the ground, and it's caused our defense to be a little bit less firm up front, having to watch both the pass and run. Quick offense here, hurry up. Elmore going for the end zone shot, overthrown, and no foul. Camden Good kind of bumped in the back the intended target. Can't quite tell who that is from here, but it'll be 2nd down and 10, as that's the beauty about when your opposing team you're playing passes, is if it's incomplete, it's 2nd and 10 or 3rd and 10 or 4th and 10. They gain nothing. What a genius I am.
Wow.
You're just admiring how smart I am.
Truly amazing, Jack.
Thank you, Caleb. Here's a quarterback keeper up the middle and brought down quickly from behind. Guess who? Michael Reed is Elmore, but still a positive gain of about 4.5. 3rd down and 5, another big down. Have to imagine they'll go for it even if they don't get the 5 yards.
Absolutely.
Hurry up offense for Wellington. They're already about to snap this thing. Labette County has 2 shallow safeties with their heels dug in at the 17-yard line. It's Nolan Nash and Barrett Heston. Barrett Heston has been the beneficiary of some cornerback blitzes this season. 7 seconds on the play clock. It's a quick out, blown up at the 20 or the 30-yard line. Barrett Heston read the play perfectly. It was caught by Roberts, and then he was dropped immediately. Loss of 5 on the quick out route. 4th and 10 Wellington.
Man, Barrett just read that play like a book. He was ready as soon as the receiver caught the ball. Now, long 4th and 10 comes up, hoping that the Grizzlies can stop him.
I'm Jack Leake III, and Caleb McKee, our live stream manager, is on the call with me tonight. Under 6 minutes to play in the opening quarter. Wellington, after that play to Roberts, they just called a timeout. They were flustered, frustrated. Any word that falls under that category, that's what Wellington just was. They were upset after that loss of 5. They were frizzled and frazzled. And a timeout called here by Coach Meeks. Let's step aside for 30 seconds. Big 4th and 10 coming up.
Here's a bright idea. Streaming without buffering. It's not 2014. There's no reason for laggy internet and buffering shows. IdeaTech has the technology. It's fiber optic cable. IdeaTech has brought high-speed fiber to 75 communities and counting. Don't put up with outdated internet. Stream without buffering. Another bright idea from IdeaTech.
Big 4th and 10 for Wellington. Drops back to pass, thrown, intercepted by Barrett Heston at the 25-yard line. Barrett cuts it in at the 40, churns the thighs and gets to the 50. Barrett Heston with the INT and returns it for about 25 yards to the split part of the field, right in the heart. 1st and 10 Grizzlies at their own 48.
Barrett Heston doing a great job tonight already. Has that play that he read like a book and just got an interception. Couldn't have asked for a better situation to happen.
Boy, he was in perfect position to intercept that pass. I mean, it was a great play, but it was thrown right to him. And here's Barrett, a wideout for us here offensively to the right. So Labette County turned it over on downs and just turned Wellington over upon an interception. 5:40 first quarter. Fields behind Wyrick, who's in the gun. Short side, ball on the left hash. Labette County working the field left to right, north to south as we view, and Fields runs into a Crusader wall to midfield for a gain of 2.
Sometimes when you have 2 wide receivers on each side, it's hard to tell if they're going to pass or run the ball. That time Wellington just knew what we were going to do, but we have to get back out there and convert on this down here.
Hank Shinliver, an outside linebacker, a senior for the Crusaders, averages just under 11 tackles a game for this Crusader defense. So I have to keep an eye out for number 7 in gray. A fake toss play and a fake keep. Wyrick is going to keep it actually to the right side and get the first across the 40. Boy, Aaron Wyrick even fooled myself. It was a fake toss to his left, a fake inside give to his left, and our quarterback tucked it and came to the near side.
During practices, he practices fake tossing at least for 30 minutes. It's incredible to see how well he has done just as a junior at tricking the defense.
As I know that, I think it was against Winfield, my dad brought up the point that even when you know as a quarterback it's a fake toss, you still want to try to sell it the best that you can, so when you do toss it, they're not quite ready for it, and vice versa. Deontay Fields is going to get the carry and lose about 6 or 7 yards on the delayed handoff to the 45. And that's what's hard about running the ball out of the shotgun, is by the time Deontay can get momentum, the defense has 1, 2, maybe 3 seconds to get in the backfield and make a play.
And, you know, even on the offensive line, one slip of the hand can lead to a loss of down.
Yeah, the margin for error without question, especially when you're running it out of the gun and your back is already 3 yards behind the line. They have to be even more perfect. You're exactly right, Caleb. Labette County's offensive line has been tremendous this season, though. 2nd down and 17 for the Grizzlies, 3 out wide to the right. It's a hitch and go to the left. A balloon ball is up and incomplete at the 22. 3rd down and long for Labette County at the Crusader 45. 3.5 minutes, first quarter, your score 0-0.
Converting on this play would be huge. Trying to get 16, 17 yards here is really what the Grizzlies need. Even if they get 10, 12, they could go for it the next play after that.
3rd and 17, that's right. If you can get a chunk back, you might try. Trips to the right, 1 left. That's Barrett to the left of Wyrick. It's going to be another pass to the near side. That was backwards. Fall on it, Kagan. He'll pick it up and keep going to about the 45. And I'm glad Kagan, who got back to the line of scrimmage, realized that pass from Aaron was backwards. And now you got a punt if you're Labette County.
Kagan has just such a great IQ, especially when he plays basketball and football. You can really tell that he cares about the game and he wants to understand it. And he wants to play hard.
Camden Good, who punted fantastic last week against Pittsburgh and helped out our defense so much, is on to punt. 7 seconds on the play clock. 4th and 17 for the Grizzlies. Good snap and a good punt for Camden. Go out of bounds. Good punt, Camden. It'll land at the 13 and stop right there as Labette County pins Wellington inside their own 15. We'd like to take a quick moment and thank a few sponsors for allowing our broadcast to take place. That would include Labette Community College, the Unified School District of USD 506, the Bartlett Co-op, Idea Tech, Community National Bank, the Corner Store of Altamont, Labette Center for Mental Health Services, and Clemens Insurance Agency. A big shout out to our new sponsor, as mentioned, Idea Tech. Elmore in the gun is going to look to hand it off, and he does. And right into the heart of number 51, Mason Hoppus runs the back. Armstrong, who's been busy early and often. 2:30 left in the first quarter. It's been a defensive fest here on the road.
You know, sometimes you love a good defensive game. Can get boring after a while since you don't see a score on that scoreboard. But all in all, just great effort by each team.
Pass play here. It's been about 50-50 for Wellington, and hit hard but no fumble. Nolan Nash after the first down, pitch and catch. I believe that was Brownlee again. Boy, he's got a good build about him.
There's a lot of players on this Wellington team that just seem strong and tough and are ready to play.
First down and 10 for Wellington at their own 22. That's what's nice about a good punt, is they got a first and they're only at the 22. Here's an incomplete pass out to the right in the flats. Good defense by Barrett Heston. Boy, he's been everywhere of late, Caleb, making all kinds of plays.
He sure has. Reading the defense, reading the offense, my bad, I'm sorry. Reading the offense truly is a gift, and Barrett Heston has that.
Yeah. And I'm sure he loves and starts to foam at the mouth whenever Labette County's coaching staff calls in a cornerback blitz or a safety blitz, and he comes in from that blind side. 2nd down and 10, another pass. Looks like maybe a screen, but they're not ready for it. He'll fling one that lands incomplete at the 32. There's no way that's interference. That ball hit the ground 7 yards in front of the receiver. There's no way that should be interference. Anything else? As there was a flag flown, as the receiver was hit, but the ball was 6 yards in front of him.
I could not tell you what they're going to call here.
Oh, okay. He was either signaling ineligible man downfield or uncatchable. It was either uncatchable ball, so they picked up the flag. Let's see.
Ineligible receiver downfield on the offense. Penalties decline. Third down.
All right, my apologies, everybody. I don't know why I'm so fired up tonight. I apologize. I'm back. Refs, forgive me. Okay, ineligible man downfield on Wellington. Penalty declined. 3rd and 10 for the Crusaders. Empty set. Elmore back to pass, wide open at the 30, and Labette County's not going to make the tackle. Gain of 12, first down Wellington on 3rd and 10. The receiver, Ethan Boyd.
It always seems that their drives that they have done so far, they always convert on 3rd down, especially when it's a pass play.
Ball on the left hash. Wellington working south to north. Here's a high snap. It's a fumble. Loose ball. Elmore's going to go down inside the 20 near the 13. A huge loss on the high snap fumble. And Labette County traced it down and brought Elmore to the dirt. In there on the effort to bring down the quarterback was Colton Gehring. And if you saw somebody else, let me know. I'm not the best at that.
The fact that Colton Gehring and Michael Reed got through on that really helped the Grizzlies with that spotting on the field.
So 2nd down and 30 for Wellington. A screen underneath is tipped, intercepted by Nolan Nash. It was tipped by the intended target and fell right into the breadbasket of Nolan Nash, and he goes down at the 20. Labette County with interceptions on back-to-back defensive efforts. And Labette County's going to start this drive in the red zone. Got to capitalize at some point if this is going to be a defensive brawl.
Incredible fielding position here. Hopefully we see a score on this drive.
22 seconds left in the first quarter.
Reset the game clock to 36 seconds.
36 seconds they're going to bump the game clock back up to. So 36 seconds left in the first quarter. Labette County turned it over on downs early, but Wellington's thrown it to us twice on the last 2 drives. Wyrick under center. You got to punch this in for 6 here. It's a handoff to Fields right up the gut. He's going to run into just a host of gentlemen. I mean, there was 20 people in that box, and he'll gain about 1.5 yards. It's 2nd down and 8, and we will see if Labette County elects to let the clock run out to expire the first period or run a play before that clock hits 000s. 2nd and 8.
With that run, I think we were just trying to keep the ball safe, try not to throw an interception or do anything scary that could turn the ball back over here.
4 seconds on the game clock. Let's see what we do. We're going to run a play. It's another fake handoff. Wyrick snuffed out like a candle. Gain of 1. 3rd and 7 coming up at the conclusion of the break here at the end of the first quarter. Let's step aside for 1 minute. Your score, Labette County 0, Wellington 0.
My name is Bria, and I'm a pharmacist at Bowen Pharmacy. I'm here today to tell you about one of our patient programs, Meds to Beds. Bowen Pharmacy South is located in the medical office building at Labette Health. Our staff works closely with the doctors, nurses, and social care workers to ensure that your transition out of the hospital is an easier and more convenient experience for you and your loved ones. If you are having inpatient or outpatient surgery, we will get your medications directly from your doctor and deliver them right to your hospital bed. If you are having a baby, we will get your medications or anything else that you may need to get your family home without the hassle of making several stops along the way. Whether you're here for a few hours or a few days, we are here at Bowen Pharmacy and Bowen Pharmacy South to help get you well without any interruption in transition of care. Just ask for Meds to Beds. At Bowen Pharmacy and Bowen Pharmacy South, we are here for you today and we are here for you tomorrow.
It looks like Nolan Nash is in a wildcat formation for Labette County on 3rd and 7. He's going to keep it and run out of the wildcat. Nolan pushing across the 10, and he's going to gain 6. He might have got the first, Caleb. He got the first. Oh, my goodness. Labette County had 3rd and 7, and it looked like Nolan was kind of arm grabbed at the line of scrimmage, and he got the first down.
Man, I truly thought that was going to be a quick 3 and out here,
Yeah.
but Nolan just slides right on through and converts for that first down, putting us 1st and goal from the 9-yard line.
Wow. From our angle, I thought he was going to be 3 yards short. What a play. 1st and goal from the Wellington 9 after a Nolan Nash turnover. Here's a tush push for Labette County inside the 10, and that's going to give Labette County a gain of about 2.5. So 2nd down and goal from the 7 for the Grizzlies.
Man, think of what the possibilities are if the offense can push your quarterback, because in high school it's illegal to push your quarterback.
Yes.
Imagine if there was people pushing him, how many yards they could have gained on that. It could have been a touchdown from the 8-yard line.
Well, it looked kind of like it might have been Tayton Claiborne. I don't know. It looked like he might have been pushed a little bit. But, hey, for our radio audience, they have no proof I'm right.
No proof,
you know,
no
yeah,
proof.
yeah.
Refs didn't see it, so
That's right.
apparently not.
That's right.
Timeout, Labette County. First charge, timeout of the half.
Timeout, Coach Argabright. He will have 2nd down and goal from the Wellington 6-yard line with 10 minutes and 40 seconds left in the half. We will keep it here for this one and finish thanking a few of our sponsors for making this broadcast and trip to Wellington possible. Labette Bank, Eye Care Associates of Parsons, Doctors Newland, Gilmore, and Ray, Wood Insurance Center, Labette Community College, Tank Connection, SEK Orthopedics, Doctors Mosier and Meister, Forbes Hoffman Funeral Homes, Elm Haven Nursing Home, as well as Woodridge Estates, Carson Wall Funeral Homes, and Community National Bank. So Labette County has 2nd and goal from the Wellington 6. The score is 0-0. Labette County has 2 interceptions and have forced a punt on Wellington, while for Labette County, we have punted and turned it over on downs, and here we are, if I'm not mistaken, with our 3rd try, here 2nd and goal at the Wellington 6. Nobody out wide. Looks like it's going to be a run unless it's a bootleg. Wyrick deep under center, Nash in motion. It is a handoff, Fields, lot of room, churning, pushing, speed, in! Touchdown, Labette County, and they go up 6-0 here on the road after a Nolan Nash interception a few plays ago.
Beautiful, beautiful run by Deontay, reading the defense and kicking it out to the outside. Didn't look like it was designed that way, but he found an opportunity and he took it.
You're exactly right. It looked like that was maybe meant to go inside the tackles, but he was patient. Caleb, this is why, hey, I need a fill-in. That football knowledge, I just don't have loads of it. So, hey, thank you.
Not at all.
Nolan Nash on to kick to try to make it 7-0. Always looks better than 6-0. Good snap, and the kick is good. It was low. It might have taken some rusty flakes off the bottom of the crossbar, but hey, that baby got through. 7-0, Labette County. Good defense and good offense there from your Grizzlies, but hey, it's going to continue when we return in 1 minute on KLKC.
With many years of combined experience, Eye Care Associates of Parsons has set the framework in providing comprehensive eye health examinations for all ages and routine vision care for families throughout the 4-state area. Our optometrists and staff provide remarkable care with state-of-the-art technology to help with diagnosis and management of eye health conditions. Give us a call or visit our website to schedule your next eye exam. Eye Care Associates of Parsons. Experience modern eye care.
Unbelievable! Sparklight is unveiling unlimited internet for just $25 a month. Get reliable 100 meg internet for just $25 a month for 12 months with unlimited data. That's unlimited internet. Call 877-469-3057 or visit sparklight.com/savings. Sparklight, a new breed in high speed.
7-0, Labette County makes the score in their favor after a Deontay Fields touchdown run. Here's a little pooch kick for the Grizzlies, and Wellington's going to return it. And boy, that could have been a lot more. But I don't know who that was, but Labette County tackled Wellington at their own 45 after a little bitty pooch kick by Nolan.
I think that might have been Tatum Claiborne, actually, on the shoestring tackle.
That was a big tackle.
Huge tackle. He could have broken out and gone for a touchdown, and the momentum would have been lost right there.
So Labette County, it looked intentional. That kind of onside looking kick gives Wellington good field position at their own 45. Flags fly, whistles, and this ref is signaling offsides at the bottom here.
Snap infraction.
Okay, snap infraction on the offense.
5-yard penalty, first down.
I forget you guys can probably hear the official here. Next time he makes an announcement, let me know if it sounds crisp on your end, both on radio and on live stream. I can turn up and down our audience microphone if I need to. 1st and 15, and Labette County reads the counter run to the left well. Camden Goods stayed home and got the job done, gain of 3. 2nd down and 11 for Wellington.
Camden looked really ready for that play. He looked like they knew, he knew it was coming towards him, and he really destroyed that play for a loss.
3 receivers to the right, same formation they had on the play where the snap infraction was called. Quarterback keeper up the middle. It's a good one, and a hit at the knees brings down the quarterback. I think it was Nolan Nash on that tackle. Nash has played great tonight, and man, they're giving him the best field position I've ever seen.
I think by the time he went down, when he was diving, it was about right there.
Caleb. So this is one thing you'll have to learn. So if I say something, you support it.
Yep.
No, I'm just kidding. A run up the middle here is going to get Wellington the first down. The run up the middle goes to Armstrong, but no, I think you're right. He was hit low and kind of fell forward. So 1st and 10 Wellington at the Labette County 42 with 9.5 minutes left until halftime. Labette County's forced 2 turnovers on their last 2 defensive tries. And here's a weird-looking snap, and then whistles happen after the snap, and it's going to be...
On the offense, 5-yard penalty, still first down.
He started talking sooner than I thought he was. So a false start on Wellington will back them up 5. Closer to midfield, 1st and 15. Crusaders are kind of like 2 positive sides of a magnet with themselves in the end zone right now. Roll out to the right for Elmore, looking deep. He'll have to tuck it. No, he'll sling it, and I think it was caught. No, incomplete. Boy, from my angle, that call could have gone either way. Great effort by Zakion Roberts. Man, that was a great effort by Roberts.
Couldn't really get that one on camera, but it sounds like it was very close.
That was real close. I thought maybe he'd give it to him right in front of the Wellington sideline and everything. Sometimes that helps a little bit in the ref's mental decision. 2nd down and 15 for Wellington at the Grizzly 47. 9 minutes frozen on the scoreboard on the north end here at John Gifford Field. Wellington in gray uniforms with red sprinkled in. Labette County in white. Run up the middle. It's a quarterback keep. Elmore gets to the 40. As my wife Isabel messages in to the broadcast and says that pass was incomplete, so perhaps maybe he did not control that pass was the thing. I get these texts throughout the broadcast, Caleb. Some of them positive, most of them correctional, which is great. Which is good.
It always helps, getting the right play call down and understanding what happened during that play.
3rd down and 7 for the Crusaders. A fumbled snap. It's on the deck, and Elmore goes down at the original line of scrimmage. In there on the blow-up was Keegan Stritsky for Labette County, and it's 4th and 10 for the Crusaders at the Grizzly 42. On comes the punt team.
I'm not sure if that's surprising, but I guess since they are down 0-7, it can be surprising, especially when they have gone for it over 5 yards out.
I think they're just going to take their chances on stopping Labette County's offense deep in their own territory. and they have a great punter, let me tell you, as this one is fantastic, and it is going to stop at the 1 yard line. That is why you punt if you're Wellington. I see now why that was an easy decision for Coach Meeks. That punter is amazing. And Deontay Fields almost hit that ball too.
It was a close call there. That punter's going to be he's going to be up there someday.
His 2 punts tonight, I don't remember where the first one ended up, but the punt itself, oh my. I mean, that came to a dying end-over-end roll at the Grizzly inch line. I mean, goodness. I see now why that decision was easy for him.
I don't think it can get any closer than this right here.
Sometimes, offensively, because the defense for Wellington is really going to press up here because they're going to expect a lot of runs. And we might have to right away, but we could hit them deep with some speed in the air. Wyrick under center, ball at our own 1. It's a quarterback keep for Wyrick. Looked like a nice gain there. At least gives us breathing room. Gain of 3.
You know, I think that was a really good call. Not going shotgun, trying to dive up the middle, try and get us out of very scary spot. Really puts us in a better advantage.
I think Wellington's also thinking, hey, if we can pin them deep and get a 3 and out, because they'll probably just run it, you know, to try to get the first and make them punt, we'll get the ball back in better field position than we had it with a fresh set of downs. So even just 1 first down here would help counter the plan of Coach Meeks. Wyrick under center. No receivers left or right. Might be another run, and it is for Aaron up the middle, and really nothing there. Gain of maybe a step. 3rd down and 6 for the Grizzly offense. 6:50 left in the half. Grizzlies 7, Crusaders 0.
Not too long of a 3rd down coming up, but especially back here where we are, it could be seen as quite far for quite a few teams.
Yeah, without question is not only is it hard to pick up, 6 yards on 3rd down against maybe the best defense we've played this year, but knowing that if you don't get it, they're going to have amazing field position adds to some of that fire breathing down your mental neck here. 2 seconds left on the play clock. Wyrick's got to snap it. He does. The offense wasn't quite ready. Aaron underarm flip caught by Heston. Go get it, Bear. He'll lean. I think it's a first for the Grizzlies. I think. Yes. 1st and 10 Labette County across the 13-yard line.
That was a great play call by Argabright.
Yeah.
That tip was quite dangerous. Could have been turnover just like that, but tipped it right to where Barrett needed it, and he got there for the first down.
As what's nice about Barrett Heston is after he catches it with momentum, you got to bring down a 6'2", 185-pound athlete, which will usually give him a couple yards on top of the catch. T-set for Labette County, 3 backs behind Wyrick. It's Fields on the selection, and he'll get 2 up the left interior of the offensive line, brought down by a host of Crusaders.
We're still in that trying to get out of the end zone phase here. He might have got 3 yards on that. That was a long 2. Hopefully we can convert and get upfield more to where we can have that mindset of, okay, now it's time to score.
That's right. That's right. Right now it still feels like Labette County's trying to maybe keep the ball for as long as they can with 5 minutes left in the half and just kind of push their way chunk by chunk down the field here as they're...
Substitution infraction. Broke the huddle with 12 on the offense. 5 yards, still 2nd down.
Substitution infraction on Labette County. Back them up 5 yards, so 2nd down and 12 for the Grizzlies. So that'll negate the Fields' run of 3 up the middle. Ball back at our own 10-yard line. Still not quite out of prison if you're the Labette County offense. Up 7-0 here at Wellington. First true, well, I guess we played at Parsons, but that's 10 minutes north of Altamont. So first true road trip this season. Wyrick takes the chest-high snap, fumbles it. He's going to be sacked. Is he short of the goal line? I think he is by a couple yards. Man, this possession, I thought maybe after the Barrett Heston first down we could get some juice, but it never quite just happened on this drive. But, hey, still third and about 19, still a chance.
You know, we just have to convert on this one. Probably a pass play is what we're looking for here. Just kind of moving it up so that we can get out of the end zone once again.
Maybe run a screen play or maybe even a draw to Deontay and try to just get breathing room to punt the football. 5 seconds on the play clock. Labette County not set. Claiborne running on now. 1 second. It's a snap, and it is a give up the left side, and it goes to Kagan Bates, gain of about 3. 4th and 15 for the Grizzlies. Ball's going to be at their own 7. And goodness, again, at first I kind of wondered why Coach Meeks elected to punt earlier when Wellington had the ball in Grizzly territory on 4th down. But he has a good punter, and he knew his defense would hold us. And now their punt returner, Caleb, is standing at our 40, and they have more than enough time.
I think they started out on their 50-ish, about on the 50-yard line, and now they have a chance to return it inside the 30.
Camden good to punt, good snap, hold, and he gets it off just in time, and it's a good kick, and it's going to take a Grizzly bounce near midfield, and it's going to die at the Grizzly 49. Great job, Camden. Talk about a punter doing a nice job tonight on both sides, Wellington and Labette County. They have done so. So the Crusaders will have the ball right near midfield on the left hash with 2 minutes and 54 seconds left until intermission. The score is Labette County 7, Wellington 0. A different style of football tonight, Caleb. Defense heavy, teams grinding it out.
And what a great game we've already seen. Hopefully we can make a big stop here going into half.
This would be a great stop on the road. Labette County receives to start the second half. Wellington going for the home run, and the receiver gets tripped up with the corner, and a flag flies. Deontay Fields got entangled around the lower extremities of Emerson Brownlee, quarterback Colton Elmore's main target tonight, and it feels like this is going to go on Deontay Fields.
Yeah, it was kind of a
Defensive pass interference. 15-yard penalty. First down.
like I was saying, it was kind of a 50-50 situation, I think, from what I saw. Wide receiver got a little mixed up on his part, and Deontay did as well, but stopping the wide receiver from continuing his play would be a defensive penalty.
First down and 10, Wellington at the Labette County 37 after the 15-yard advancement after the penalty. Elmore fakes the handoff, runs up the middle, hit, tries to get a few bonus points on the extra effort after contact and gets 2. Second down and 8, Crusaders with 2:30 approaching in the half. Time not really a factor on this drive. Wellington only has to go 35 yards with 2.5 minutes and 2 timeouts. So Labette County's going to have to buckle down and hold them through 4 downs. 2 receivers right, 1 left for the Crusader offense. Labette County 4 down linemen and 2 linebackers right there. Claiborne and Wyrick bearing down, hands on their knees, looking at the quarterback, Elmore. Timeout, Coach Meeks maybe doesn't like what he sees. Let's step aside for 30 seconds here on KLKC.
V93.5 is your home for the best variety of the 80s, 90s, and today. Get your day started with the Anna and Raven Morning Show. You're the judge during couples court. Couples share their disagreement, and then you decide who's right. Think you know pop culture trivia? It could pay off, and you score the cash jackpot when you play Can't Beat Raven. Krause in the House gets you home every weekday afternoon starting at 2. Stream us anytime, anywhere at KLKCRadio.com.
In the half. I'm Jack Leake III. Alongside me tonight is our live stream operator and tonight's color commentator, Caleb McKee. Glad you're with us. 2nd and 8 for Wellington at the Grizzly 36. A handoff to the left side, read well by the Labette County defensive front, whipped to the ground. Number 14 for the Grizzlies in white, Colton Gehring around the end and brought him to his knees.
All these seniors coming up and making these big plays is really what pushes this defense to what it needs to be.
So 3rd and 8, just like that for Wellington with 1:57 to play, and the clock is stopped, and now they run it. Really interesting. Maybe there's a substitution rule or something. I do not know. But that clock stopped after the running back ran the ball, and Coach Meeks did not call a timeout. I don't know why the clock stopped.
There was a player that had his helmet off in midfield.
Good eye. They're going for the end zone shot, and that is well overthrown, but a pretty ball. As, man, that sophomore has a good arm on him. That one just a little bit strong. So 4th down and 8 for Labette County defensively here, Wellington offensively. And goodness, Caleb, this would be just a great stop.
It's really what we're looking for. We really need to shrink them down and dissect the play to what we think it's going to be and then make it happen.
Yeah, they've gone for the end zone a couple times tonight, and it hasn't quite been close, the pass. So look for maybe a quick release for Elmore near the sticks. 3-step drop for Elmore. Pressured, looks to scramble right, throws across his body to the end zone, overthrown by a couple yards. He had a man in the heart of the end zone wide open in between the safety and corner for Labette County, but Elmore overthrew him by just a kiss. A pretty ball thrown by the sophomore again. His intended target there is at number 6. It looks like Caleb Ethan Boyd, the junior. He's looked at a couple times tonight. Labette County, another bullet dodged.
Sometimes there's things to improve on. Tonight, the Wellington quarterback needs to improve on throwing those deep balls. He has the arm. Better timing is what he needs to look for.
The thing, though, for Labette County, conversely, these receivers have been open. So try to keep a cap on that moving forward. Labette County looking for blood here. They're passing it. Wyrick across his body to Heston. Caught! Heston still on his feet. Barrett working across the 40, still moving. All 6'2" of him turning to the 33-yard line. And when you thought maybe Labette County in a defensive battle would take 7 points into the locker room, Argabright says, I want more, and Barrett Heston provides a huge chunk. Aaron Wyrick quickly snaps the football and stops the clock at 1:09 left in the half. Coach Argabright still with 2 timeouts. It'll be 2nd and 10 Grizzlies at the Wellington 33, as I almost would have rather taken a timeout there than take it down.
You know, it's possible with 1:09 left. Anything can happen. That deep ball really did help, though. We went from what if it's tied at halftime to what if Labette goes up 14-0 at halftime, keeping the momentum alive.
I'll tell you, I know Labette County, you kind of think about them, you think of kind of the run game a little bit. Aaron Wyrick can throw that football, and he's going to look for the end zone. He's got a man open at the 10. It hung in the air a little bit too long and fell incomplete. Nolan Nash was wide open at the 15, and that ball had just a little bit too much air under it, and now you got 3rd and 10.
You know, once again, something to improve on. Maybe he got a little excited there. There's no blame on him for that. We just need to convert here on 3rd and long.
Whenever I'm shocked he didn't make that pass, you know he's a good quarterback. Because that's a long pass. The ball's on the left hash, and he threw that to the right sideline down to the 10-yard line. 3rd and 10 Grizzlies up 7-0. Minute left in the half. High snap. It's fumbled. Fall on it, and he does at the 43. So with 55 seconds left in the half, we'll see if Wellington elects to call their final timeout of the half. It looks like they're not going to. So appears as if, well, let's see. There's about a 15-second differential between the play clock and game clock. So Coach Argabright's going to let this run all the way down, and then I'm presuming going to call his second timeout of the first half, and Labette County's going to take a 7-0 lead into the locker room, barring a special teams malfunction.
And, you know, I'm kind of surprised they didn't call a timeout here, trying to get some momentum to go score. trying to tie it up at halftime, but they're only going to have 11 seconds to work with, and I don't know if they're going to get much done.
Delay a game. On the offense, 5-yard penalty, 4th down.
So Coach Argabright, instead of taking the timeout, just swallows the delay of game, trying to get every second he can against this Wellington offense should they get another chance. Here's another message from the White Hat, I think. Oh, never mind. He was holding his microphone pack as if he was going to talk. I'm really curious. Oh, they're going to run the clock. So by not taking the timeout and using the delay of game, the clock runs rather than stops after the timeout.
That's actually really
That's
smart.
a genius.
That Argabright showed Wellington who's boss for the first half tonight, showing them who truly knows the football rules.
That was brilliant by Coach Argabright there for Labette County. I did not really think about that. If you take the delay of game instead of calling the timeout, then after the ball is set, the clock runs again. So well done, Labette County, there in the first half, up 7-0 against Wellington in a cage fight here on the road. We wouldn't expect anything less. Two teams trying to keep a good record through 4 weeks of football. Labette County, a perfect one. Let's step aside for 5 minutes if we can. Amanda, our board operator, back at the KLKC station, and we will come back with the Eye Care Associates of Parsons halftime show.
Life is about movement, and the human body is like any high-performance machine. When miles add up, parts wear down, and that's when pain begins, and here's where it ends. At Labette Health, our nationally recognized orthopedic and sports medicine surgeons use advanced techniques to reduce recovery times and relieve pain for miles to come. Feel like new again at Labette Health in Parsons, Kansas. For more information, go to labettehealth.com.
Labette Community College is meeting the need for an increased demand in qualified radiographers. Our radiography students will train on the latest technology in a hospital simulation environment.
I wanted to be able to go into a career where I could help people. And if you're going to go into that field in this part of the four-state area, LCC is the only place to come.
Tuition is nearly half the cost of universities. Scholarship and financial aid available for those who qualify. Text radiography to 620-293-6671 for more information or visit labette.edu.
Hi, I'm Shelby, one of the pharmacists at Bowen Pharmacy. Not only do we keep you up to date on your COVID and flu vaccines, but we also offer pneumonia, shingles, hepatitis, meningitis, tetanus, and whooping cough vaccines. Based on the latest CDC guidelines, we can recommend the vaccines to keep you and your family healthy. Thank you for always choosing Bowen Pharmacy. We're here today and we'll be here tomorrow.
V93.
At Labette Community College, we're passionate about medicine and compassionate about people. Our highly trained instructors provide innovative career-specific education in the field of diagnostic medical sonography. Do you already have an associate or bachelor's degree in healthcare? Earn an additional certification in sonography. LCC offers a 12-month completely online program with a clinical component. In as little as 1 year, specialize in OB, abdomen, or vascular. For more information, text pound SONO to 620-293-6671 today. Apply online at labette.edu.
In 2003, Tank Connection founders envisioned a Southeast Kansas-based company dedicated to innovating voltage storage tanks, offering superior products and services through a customer-focused team. 2 decades later, and products in 64 countries and on 6 continents, this vision endures. Tank Connection employee owners are dedicated to a future where their shared purpose brings empowered realities to as many lives as possible.
Here's a bright idea. Make sure you put your pants on before leaving the house. Sure, it seems simple, but sometimes simple doesn't happen. At IdeaTech, we think it's simple to have real people who live in Kansas helping customers. We understand that not everyone in our industry agrees, but then again, not everyone puts on pants before they leave the house. We think it's important to get the simple things right. Putting our pants on and providing local customer service. Another bright idea from IdeaTech.
My name is Bria and I'm a pharmacist at Bowen Pharmacy. I'm here today to tell you about one of our patient programs, Meds to Beds. Bowen Pharmacy South is located in the medical office building at Labette Health. Our staff works closely with the doctors, nurses, and social care workers to ensure that your transition out of the hospital is an easier and more convenient experience for you and your loved ones. If you are having inpatient or outpatient surgery, we will get your medications directly from your doctor and deliver them right to your hospital bed. If you are having a baby, we will get your medications or anything else that you may need to get your family home without the hassle of making several stops along the way. Whether you're here for a few hours or a few days, we are here at Bowen Pharmacy and Bowen Pharmacy South to help get you well without any interruption in transition of care. Just ask for Meds to Beds. At Bowen Pharmacy and Bowen Pharmacy South, we are here for you today and we are here for you tomorrow.
With many years of combined experience, Eye Care Associates of Parsons has set the framework in providing comprehensive eye health examinations for all ages and routine vision care for families throughout the four-state area. Our optometrists and staff provide remarkable care with state-of-the-art technology to help with diagnosis and management of eye health conditions. Give us a call or visit our website to schedule your next eye exam. Eye Care Associates of Parsons. Experience modern eye care.
V93.5 is your home for the best variety of the 80s, 90s, and today. Get your day started with the Anna and Raven Morning Show. You're the judge during couples court. Couples share their disagreement, and then you decide who's right. Think you know pop culture trivia? It could pay off, and you score the cash jackpot when you play Can't Beat Raven. Krause in the House gets you home every weekday afternoon starting at 2. Stream us anytime, anywhere at klkcradio.com.
Welcome in, Grizzly fans, to the Eye Care Associates of Parsons halftime show, brought to you by Doctors Newland, Gilmore, and Ray. Your halftime score from Wellington, Kansas: Labette County 7, Wellington 0. I'm Jack Leek III, and Caleb McKee will be with me shortly. He is our cameraman for our KLKC Sports YouTube live stream. And tonight, in the absence of my dad, who is typically the color commentator, Caleb's filling in and doing a fantastic job tonight. It's been a defensive fest for both of these teams, really, but however, I do feel a sense that both of these teams kind of have the same thought process heading into the locker room, and that is Labette County maybe feels as if it could be up 14-0 instead of 7-0. But conversely, I would assume Wellington is thinking it should be tied or they should be up 7, because they had a couple open receivers that were just barely overthrown. A couple of those interceptions that were thrown by Wellington were kind of dropped balls or tipped or what have you. I guess one was thrown to Barrett Heston, but one of their interceptions deep in their own territory was caught, dropped, bobbled, and then intercepted. So I'm guessing Labette County feels like they should be up more, and Wellington thinks it should be tied or they should be winning. So there's a couple different things that just took place in that first half for both sides, where they probably feel like it could have been tilted more in their favor. So I'd say the score 7-0 speaks pretty well, summarization speaking, throughout the first half, about right as to where this score should be. Labette County leads it 7-0. Really, what has stood out to me for Labette County, you know, in a game where you only score one touchdown and hold the other team to 0 in one half, it speaks volumes to me of the defense here on the road. That is what has stood out to me through the first half for Labette County, is that defense that has been so good in the first 3 weeks of football this season for the Grizzlies. They have been bend, don't break, and they have been, we're not even going to bend in certain situations. Forget breaking, we're not even going to bend. And so there's been all kinds of different Grizzly defenses that we've seen, is whenever Wellington kind of got legs to them offensively and would get down and threaten inside the 30, 20-yard line, Labette County would put up the stone wall and make the stand. Or there were also those drives where Wellington couldn't get anything going. They'd go incomplete pass, short run, incomplete pass, and then they're punting a play later. So the Grizzly defense just has done a good job all season of throwing different looks at opposing offenses, being strong on the ground defense, but also being firm in the air defense. That's what's impressed me tonight, especially. The first 3 weeks of the season so far, our opposing offenses we've faced have been extremely run heavy. So it's a little bit easier to predict what you're going to have to defend against. Wellington has aired it out and done a fine job doing so. Heck, the receivers have been open. But Labette County's done enough to make the quarterback uncomfortable, to not deliver those passes, and when they've elected to run, there's been a couple long gain-saving tackles made near the line of scrimmage. So kind of a fun recipe of things for both of these teams through the first half of football here on the road. Again, this is the Eye Care Associates of Parsons halftime show, brought to you by Doctors Newland, Gilmore, and Ray. 10 minutes left in halftime. I bet they'll add a few more minutes once the players get back on the field as well to warm up and stretch. So let's step aside for one more 3-minute break here on KLKC, and we'll come back with more halftime show.
In 2003, Tank Connection founders envisioned a Southeast Kansas-based company dedicated to innovating bolted storage tanks, offering superior products and services through a customer-focused team. 2 decades later, and products in 64 countries and on 6 continents, this vision endures. Tank Connection employee owners are dedicated to a future where their shared purpose brings empowered realities to as many lives as possible.
Here's a bright idea. Make sure you put your pants on before leaving the house. Sure, it seems simple, but sometimes simple doesn't happen. At Idea Tech, we think it's simple to have real people who live in Kansas helping customers. We understand that not everyone in our industry agrees, but then again, not everyone puts on pants before they leave the house. We think it's important to get the simple things right. Putting our pants on and providing local customer service. Another bright idea from Idea Tech.
Discover what you've been missing in Parsons, Kansas. Curious Minds Discovery Zone, a children's museum that inspires a love of learning, with hands-on exhibits for all ages to imagine, create, learn, and discover. Kids enjoy looking through microscopes, building on our magnetic ball run wall, creative play in our doctor's office or grocery store, and lots more. Discover, explore, Parsons, Kansas.
Unbelievable! Sparklight is unveiling unlimited internet for just $25 a month. Get reliable 100 meg internet for just $25 a month for 12 months with unlimited data. That's unlimited internet. Call 877-469-3057 or visit sparklight.com/savings. Sparklight, a new breed in high speed.
Here's a bright idea. Streaming without buffering. It's not 2014. There's no reason for laggy internet and buffering shows. IdeaTech has the technology. It's fiber optic cable. IdeaTech has brought high-speed fiber to 75 communities and counting. Don't put up with outdated internet. Stream without buffering. Another bright idea from IdeaTech.
Welcome back in, everybody. This is the continuation of a good, long, and healthy Eye Care Associates of Parsons halftime show. Speaking of healthy, if you stop in their office, they're in Parsons, just north of Brahms. They're on Main Street. Doctors Newland, Gilmore, and Ray will make sure your vision is crisp and your eyes are healthy. Give them a visit or a call today. I got a pair of sunglasses that I own from there. They have a great selection of all kinds of sunglasses in their lobby, and their staff is really good at accommodating guests and answering all kinds of questions. I'm Jack Leake III, and back with me is commentator tonight and cameraman. I don't know how you're doing that. It's impressive. Is Caleb McKee. And we have a score, Caleb, of Labette County 7, Wellington 0 at halftime. I believe Labette County turned it over just once on a turnover on downs, if you count that. And Labette County intercepted Wellington twice in the air and converted on that second one by Nolan Nash for a Deontay Fields touchdown. What are you seeing? What are you feeling? What are you sensing from play tonight in that scrum of a first half?
I am seeing two great defenses battle it out for the wits. I'm seeing Winfield trying to stop Labette County, and they can be successful sometimes. We have scored. Labette County is shutting out Wellington almost every time. It's looking good right now. Hopefully we can keep this momentum coming out of halftime and hopefully expanding on our score to deepen the defeat for Wellington.
Just under 5 minutes until the start of the second half here in Wellington. The Crusaders make their way back onto the field. A couple scores from around the area. Riverton leads Cherryvale at halftime 24-0. And there's a Parsons score for us as well. Parsons versus Baxter is 14-14. Parsons has a tough schedule early. They beat Fort Scott. They played Christ Prep Academy. They played Labette County. Now they're playing Baxter. So Parsons, the Vikings, are going through it early in the season. But, boy, they're holding their own. A win over Fort Scott and tied with Baxter Springs right now. And here's an interesting halftime score. Fort Scott 15, Pittsburgh 9. Again, that's Fort Scott 15, Pittsburgh 9, as that kind of raises the eyebrows of the Grizzly Nation demographic, as that is a southeastern Kansas game to its core. Not a conference game, but, you know, you guys get what I'm saying. So really interesting. Fort Scott up on Pittsburgh at half, and Labette County beat the Purple Dragons of Pittsburgh last week for the first time ever. And Labette County got started 2-0. That was 2 weeks ago. For the first time since 2003. Now they're 3-0 and looking to go 4-0 here at Wellington tonight. But they're going to have to play a polished second half to do so because, Caleb, I'll say this. I know our defense has played great, and I know our offense has been passable. They haven't been poor or sloppy. We have the only touchdown of the half. So Labette County's been fine. Played good football. This is a good Wellington team on the road.
Yeah, truly.
Wellington has felt close to scoring a couple times.
Yes.
So Labette County's going to have to do more if they want to win, and I know that sounds dumb because it's obviously true, but my point is Wellington's been closer than we think to scoring. Some of those passes have just been overthrown.
Yeah, and like the good old Davy Brown once said, they might not be lost in the sauce. Sauce is lost in them. But they got to come out and try something different here. Hopefully Labette County can stay on top, though. Really looking good, keeping the momentum, obviously. And hopefully we can outsmart the defense and offense as well.
As I feel like this is a perfect opportunity, as there's still a couple minutes until the second half, for me to allow you the chance, Caleb, to even let the audience know a little bit about who you are, just from a sense of those who are maybe like, okay, hey, cool, you know, there's a young man joining Jack tonight on the broadcast. So you're a manager for the Labette County football team. And basketball, yeah. Right? So yes. I understand managing is a huge passion of yours.
Yeah, I have managed this football team these past 2 years now. I was hoping to do it maybe a little bit sooner since This is actually what I went to do in college, manage for football.
Awesome.
I have managed for basketball, going to be all 4 of my years. I have managed for track for 3 years. And I just love being a part of the team and really everything that comes with it, knowing the scores and what actually happened, and not going home and saying, I'm just going to sit around. I'm going to go out on the field and help these players and help myself physically as well.
I love that, Caleb. That's such a good mentality. That's certainly the heart of a manager that I would want to have be a manager on my team. Managers are such a crucial, I'm not telling you anything you don't know, such a crucial part of making the wheel go round in an athletics program. Especially at that collegiate level. They make sure those jerseys are washed, those towels are folded, and all those I's are dotted and those T's are crossed. And so proud of you, Caleb, and I can't wait to see what you do at the next level, managing an athletic program wherever it may be, because I know that'll happen. Thanks for doing this tonight and for what you do for all Grizzly athletics.
Thank you, Jack. I'm happy to be here.
20 seconds melting off the clock. Let's go ahead and step aside for a 1-minute break. We'll see if they put a couple minutes back on. Let's do a 1-minute break, and we'll have second half ball from Wellington.
Here's a bright idea. Streaming without buffering. It's not 2014. There's no reason for laggy internet and buffering shows. IdeaTech has the technology. It's fiber optic cable. IdeaTech has brought high-speed fiber to 75 communities and counting. Don't put up with outdated internet. Stream without buffering. Another bright idea from IdeaTech.
Discover what you've been missing.
Unbelievable! Sparklight is unveiling unlimited internet for just $25 a month. Get reliable 100 meg internet for just $25 a month for 12 months with unlimited data. That's unlimited internet. Call 877-469-3057 or visit sparklight.com/savings. Sparklight, a new breed in high speed.
The sound engineer here at Wellington doing his best with We Will Rock You, trying to get the crowd and the sideline fired up for Wellington, as no points have been put on the board for the home team yet. They did put a couple more minutes on the clock. This was a long halftime. I mean, they put 20 minutes up there instead of 15. That was a long halftime, but we're almost there. But the thing is, Caleb, while Wellington did not score in that first half, they're just one score away from the game being tied. So whenever the game is low scoring, I feel like it just adds to the weight of the little things. Because when it's low scoring, a turnover's massive. A 2-possession lead is massive, because typically in low scoring games, the offenses are struggling. So the little things are magnified in low-score games, I think.
And, you know, if the Wellington team has a drive here for a touchdown, that changes the game completely. If we're up by 2 scores, it really doesn't do too much for Wellington to really see it as a super close game if they were to score in that part.
As that will be key should Labette County score here. It would kind of flip, or it'd be exactly what you're saying, because Labette County's going to receive, and if they go down and score, you know, who knows, maybe the scoring will open up in the second half. Sometimes that's how it goes. Caleb, can you see what number that kicker is for Wellington from here?
That kicker?
I'm going to guess he's their punter. It looks like the same kid, and I wanted to recognize him. He's done a great job tonight.
Looks like maybe 5, 6. I think 6.
The kickoff left to right for Wellington is a low liner that's caught at the 15 by Nolan Nash, and he is hit by 2 Crusaders at the 25-yard line. And so that's where Aaron Wyrick and the Grizzly offense will set up their tent to begin the second half.
That punter looks to be one of their linebackers.
It's hard to see the numbers on those jerseys.
It's very hard unless they're close up here on the sideline. Trying to spot these numbers are insanely hard. I think it's either 5 or 6.
There's something about putting on this headset that clouds your vision. Because I promise, it feels like if I was a fan, I'd be able to see all these numbers, but because I need to see them, I can't. Wyrick in the gun with 2 backs to his left and right and 1 behind him, kind of a diamond formation, and it does not go anywhere. Loss of a yard. I think Deontay Fields was the recipient of the handoff there, or rather Kagan Bates, my apologies. And so Labette County in their white uniforms is working south to north as we view the field against a Crusader defense, and as we mentioned, that rich gray with red numbers.
I think what's important here is to come out with another big play, just like we did first play of our first drive. Really setting the tone here for the second half is an important thing to have.
Second down and 11 for the Grizzlies. Ball at their own 24-yard line. Handoff up the middle to Fields. Not a negative, nothing. Now 3rd and 11 for the Grizzlies. Similar play calls back-to-back to open up the third quarter. Substitution at the Grizzly offensive line right now for the Grizzlies. Keegan Stritsky trots out as Parker Midget trots on. As that Grizzly offensive line has done a nice job all season. Wellington has been pretty formidable tonight on the ground game in particular. Michael Reed, the beast of a defensive lineman for us, is lined up on the left side of the line here on this play. Wyrick's going to drop back twice, look to the left, float one. That is a dandy! And caught at the 35, tackled forward is Camden. Good to the 40. 1st and 10 Grizzlies, Wyrick to good.
What a great pass there. Aaron was ready for it. Cam was ready for it. All in all, great conversion on 3rd downs to get it done.
I feel like the game moves slow for Aaron Wyrick, and that's a good thing for a quarterback, for those that don't know. He doesn't appear to get overwhelmed in pressure. He hangs in pockets. He knows route trees of his receivers. I mean, that was beautiful. Aaron Wyrick has been outstanding tonight. Here's Aaron under center with Claiborne and Fields behind him. Toss play to Fields, cuts it in. A lot of guys to beat, can't do it. Loss of 1 on the play. Fields snatched around the laces. Somebody was really happy about that tackle below us.
I heard that. We just need to work on our run game, it seems, trying to get some yards here. Not really working out too well. Hopefully we can get some here.
It's tempting to see how well Aaron's playing and think, what are they doing? Just throw it every play, it's there. Well, if you kind of start to do that, then they can kind of sit on it. You got to run the ball and make them respect it. As Coach Argabright and his staff called a great first half on both sides. Wyrick in the gun with Fields behind him, 2 receivers left. It's another give to Deontay, a little bit more room that's going to turn into positive gain of about 5, maybe 6. So 3rd down and a short 7 coming up for this Grizzly offense. Ball at their own 44-yard line with 8:50 left in the third quarter. They lead Wellington 7-0.
That's exactly what we are looking for. Looking forward to establish the run game a little bit and get some yards on there. Now it's 3rd and medium instead of 3rd and long.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, I know Wyrick's played well, but if one just happens to be incomplete, then you're looking at 3rd and real long. This opens up your playbook. 3rd and 6, they say, at our own 44. Looked like a false start, no whistle. Wyrick, deep ball, Nolan Nash. It's a beauty of a pass. Oh, my goodness, did he catch it?
Wow.
No way.
Wow.
You are kidding me. Number 5 in white, Nolan Nash. That's an athlete. Wyrick with another pot of gold rainbow.
Nolan is hyped. I would be too if I just caught an insane catch, leaning back over his shoulder, falling down to catch the ball. What a great form of agility by Nolan Nash.
Goodness gracious, that was beautiful. Kind of you're right, he had to kind of look back, turn awkwardly. Oh my goodness. 1st and 10 Grizzlies at the Wellington 28. Bates in the scrum, and Kagan's gonna chunk about 3 out of this Crusader defense, maybe a healthy 2 rather. So a good time-consuming drive for Labette County. Certainly hope that it ends in points.
You know, sometimes we want the clock to run. We want them to think that they are losing time and they're not going to be able to make it up. Going and scoring here would definitely put more pressure on their offense.
Without question. Wyatt Kepley, Michael Reed, Bryson Dickens, Lucas Hayward, all down on the offensive line. Wyrick fakes 2 handoff, rolls out right. He's going to have to get rid of it. He hangs in there and finds Claiborne for a gain of about 2. As Wyrick had 2 Crusaders breathing down his neck and kind of stopped on a dime, and their momentum carried them past him, and there he is standing alone and delivered a pass to Claiborne for 2 rather than a loss of 10.
Yeah, Aaron really just tanked those defenders, got past a couple. We thought he was going down, but he used his strength to stay up and turn it into a positive play here.
3rd and 6 for the Grizzlies at the Wellington 24. 6:20, 3rd period. Long drive, good one for the Grizzlies to open the second half. Wyrick, quick out slant, caught by Nash. First down, Grizzlies inside the 15, and he's finally brought down. Boy, the Labette County offense just kind of picking apart, truthfully and respectfully, the Wellington defense so far here on this drive.
Nolan's having a heck of a game right now. Getting some deep passes, some short passes, but converting on those 3rd downs is what the Grizzlies truly look for when up close.
Seems like a lot of years during Labette County's more laborious seasons where that record was maybe 1, 2, 3 wins, we didn't have an advantage on the offensive or defensive line. That's been a big thing this season. We have the muscle up front this season against our opponents so far. Gain of 2 here on an inside give to the halfback. It was kind of that T set for Labette County there again. And I didn't see who the ball carrier was there, Caleb. But it was a gain of 2 to the Wellington 12. 5:30 in the 3rd quarter. What a long drive for the Grizzlies. But the thing is, if you don't score, Wellington feels like it's just that much more of a victory. But if you do score, it feels like that much more of a blow.
Yeah, and props to Wellington for sticking it out for this long. They have to be tired, but they're keeping up with this Grizzly offense that just keeps driving the football down their throats.
5 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. 7-minute drive for the Grizzlies. High snap, but Wyrick catches it. Corner post to the end zone, underthrown, I think intercepted. It was, yeah. That was well read by the cornerback for Wellington, as he was facing Aaron the whole entire time, and it was almost as if that cornerback for them was the receiver. As let's see, man, those numbers are so hard to see.
Is it number 13 right here?
That's 10, 13, or 19?
13.
Is that 13?
That's 13.
Yep, number 13, Cooper Hatfield. And after a 7-minute and 8-second drive for the Grizzlies, now Wellington has the ball, momentum, and it's pushed out to the 20 after the touchback. But, man, what a great drive by the Grizzly offense there.
You can't look at that play negatively and say, oh, we just turned it over in the end zone. You have to look and get back on defense.
That's what we're going to try to do here. A quickie to the left side, gain of 2 on the quick pass to the receiver. Maybe Coach Meeks for Wellington, kind of how the game started, trying to get his sophomore quarterback to see some balls completed, and that one was quickly for a gain of 2. Labette County leads 7-0, just had a 7-minute drive end in an interception in the end zone. It's a run to the right side for the Crusaders. Grizzlies close in defensively, swarm and make the tackle after a gain of 3. 3rd down and 5 really quickly after the Crusaders got the ball back. In there on the effort for the Grizzlies was Mason Hoppus.
Right here, we really have to stop them. Turning over the chains, hopefully even an interception or a fumble would make this game really intense.
3rd and 5 for the Crusaders here on their home field, home of the 4-time state champions in football. Big play, 3rd and 5, quick slant there, that was better. Caught for a first down to the 35 and moved the chains left to right for the Crusaders. Nolan Nash on the tackle. A 2-step drop this time for Elmore, and it is caught at the 40. A lot of cushion. He'll make a man miss, get to the 50, and get down to the Grizzly 45. A lot of cushion by those Grizzly DBs.
Sometimes they just like to throw the ball constantly. We have to shut that down and ultimately get it back on our side.
Jackson Curry on the reception. Hurry up offense for Wellington. A back pass is tipped and incomplete. It went buzzing by like a rocket. The pass from Elmore, I don't know who it was to, but he threw it quick across his body. 3:19 left in the third quarter. 2nd and 10 Crusaders at the Grizzly 46.
That throw was so hard, it was hard for me to catch up with.
Yeah.
Big old blur on the screen is all I saw.
Empty set. They're going to run it, though. Elmore up the right side, tries to bounce outside the tackles, hit up high by Heston, not low, and that allowed him to get the first down. So the Crusaders are moving confidently after the interception by Cooper Hatfield.
This team is moving pretty well, moving the chains quite a bit. They're doing a combination of throwing and running.
This is their best offensive drive of the game so far, without question. Mason Hoppus in here on a tackle after a gain of 4. Back to Armstrong they go up the middle. He was really active early, and now he's back at it on the ground, back there with their sophomore quarterback, a few steps behind the center. Hurry up offense real quick. 2nd and 7, really easy pitch and catch for a first, and he's going to shed a tackler. Grizzlies trying to tackle too high. Touchdown Wellington. It's 7-6. And Wellington got the interception after Labette County was threatening to score, and that was the best, not even close, offensive drive for Wellington all night, as the plays were so much more simple, and they took what Labette County's defense was giving them the whole way down the field.
I truly think it was that interception that really woke them up, saying, we have a chance still. And they used that momentum to just drive them down to a touchdown and ultimately possibly tying up this game.
Good snap, and the kick is tipped, and it went in. It was blocked, but still tumbled in between the uprights, and it's tied 7-7. Well, the last 2 weeks have prepared Labette County for moments like this, if anything has. On the road, 2.5 hours from Altamont, Kansas. Just gave Wellington the ball and gave him a touchdown, tied at 7. Here we go, Grizzly offense back on the field in 1 minute on KLKC.
My name is Bria, and I'm a pharmacist at Bowen Pharmacy. I'm here today to tell you about one of our patient programs, Meds to Beds. Bowen Pharmacy South is located in the medical office building at Labette Health. Our staff works closely with the doctors, nurses, and social care workers to ensure that your transition out of the hospital is an easier and more convenient experience for you and your loved ones. If you are having inpatient or outpatient surgery, we will get your medications directly from your doctor and deliver them right to your hospital bed. If you are having a baby, we will get your medications or anything else that you may need to get your family home without the hassle of making several stops along the way. Whether you're here for a few hours or a few days, we are here at Bowen Pharmacy.
Tied ball game here in Wellington, Kansas. Labette County tied at 7 with 2:20 left in the third period. Aaron Wyrick in the shotgun, hands even with his chest, takes a belt-high snap, hands it to Fields, who's hit up the middle for no gain. Wellington really not letting Labette County run the ball at all.
That momentum that they got, it's momentum tonight. That's what's been driving these two teams. I'll say it again and again. Whoever has it is really going to win this ball game ultimately.
Yeah, it definitely feels that way, and I feel like the game is back to at least where Wellington feels like it should have been. They had a lot of chances, and their quarterback was a little antsy in that first half and missed some open receivers, but that last drive was awful purty, if I do say so myself, and they tied it up at 7. Grizzlies are going to respond, though. Here we go. Toss to Fields to the right. Deontay looks to push and gains about 3, and in the blink of an eye, it's 3rd and 7. And, man, the Grizzlies, if they don't convert here, are giving the ball back to a foaming at the mouth, fired up Crusader offense.
I like that analogy because it really shows how much they want this now. You can see it in their defense and how they're playing. They're really focusing on the ball and trying to get there versus what we saw in the first half where it was kind of, we'll get them down eventually.
Right. Their expectation play in and play out is way higher than it was early on in kind of that dead, slower first half. 60 seconds left in the third quarter. 3rd and 7 for the Grizzlies. We need it. Belt-high snap. Wyrick tucks down a deep ball. He's going to tuck it and run, make a man miss, pile drive, and is about a yard short. What a great effort, though, by Aaron. 4th down and 1 at our own 40. Maybe a long yard, actually. And we shall see what comes from Coach Argabright here on 4th and 1.
This is a very difficult decision. Looks like a long 4th and 1, a little further than the hash mark. It looks to be we're going for it. I see the confidence in Argabright.
He's been really good in short situations. Now, Labette County will have to run a play. There's about 8 seconds of difference between the play clock and game clock. 4 seconds on the play clock, man in motion, 2 seconds on the play clock. Quarterback push, flag, and worst, I don't think he was going to get it anyways, Caleb. So I'm kind of glad there was a penalty there. It's probably on Labette County unless Wellington jumped.
False start on the offense. 5-yard penalty. 4th down.
And that, I couldn't tell. That might not have been the worst thing in the world. That was, I don't know if Aaron was going to get it.
That might have been a game-saving drive in the end. They're going to let the time expire here going into the 4th quarter.
So after 3 quarters, we're tied at 7 as each team got the ball once. Well, Labette County just had it twice, I guess, but Wellington just had the ball once in that 3rd quarter after they intercepted the Grizzlies deep in the red zone and then took it the distance on the offensive drive after the pick to tie the game at 7. 2 pretty even teams going at it. Going to be a great 4th quarter when we return in 1 minute on KLKC Parsons.
In 2003, Tank Connection founders envisioned a Southeast Kansas-based company dedicated to innovating bolted storage tanks, offering superior products and services through a customer-focused team. 2 decades later, and products in 64 countries and on 6 continents, this vision endures. Tank Connection employee owners are dedicated to a future where their shared purpose brings empowered realities to as many lives as possible.
Unbelievable! Sparklight is unveiling unlimited internet for just $25 a month. Get reliable 100 meg internet for just $25 a month for 12 months with unlimited data. That's unlimited internet. Call 877-469-3057 or visit sparklight.com/savings. Sparklight, a new breed in high speed.
Good punt by Camden Good for the Grizzlies. He punted it from about our own 30, and the ball was fair caught at the Wellington 38. So the Crusaders have the ball to start the 4th quarter. We're tied at 7. Grizzlies 3-0 on the season. Wellington 2-1. 2 teams that appear pretty even so far, and the scoreboard shows it. Labette County's corners given about 10 yards of cushion. It's going to be a play action rollout, wide open. Labette County's got to make a tackle. First down for Wellington, and no more after that. Kagan Bates on the leg sweeper effort. And I'd have to be Superman to see what number that is. That color combination is the epitome of brutality. 1st and 10 Wellington right at midfield.
You'd think they'd pick easier numbers to read.
White would be perfect. 11:30 left in the game, and it's a pull for Elmore, and he's going to get a first down to the 40 of Labette County, as that sophomore quarterback looks way more comfortable than he did in the first half, and that is not a good sign if you're Labette County.
Yeah, he's really expressed himself here, throwing some good passes, running some good balls, but not what we want to see as Grizzly fans.
2nd down and 1. They marked him a yard short, but getting the first down here is Armstrong. Labette County is going to need a negative play at some point because Wellington is thinking nothing but positive, touchdown, chunk right now. Everything is rolling on the gravy train for the Crusaders. We need a high snap, a Michael Reed blow up, a dropped pass. something negative needs to take place here. They're going for the end zone here. Good pass caught, and might have been a touchdown near the 1 yard line, and they're going to mark him just short. And
he's going to be short.
It
on
was
this one.
Jackson Curry on the catch. Yes, Caleb, thank you. They are going to mark him short at the 1 yard line. Hurry up offense. Elmore under center, quarterback push, and he is in. And Wellington goes up quickly on Labette County to start the 4th quarter, 13-7. Script equals flipped.
I think we need to stop saying these kinds of things on air. Need a big old stop here. They turned that one into a big touchdown within 2 plays. Hopefully they missed this field goal, but still it's a 1-possession game with 11 left in the game.
Labette County got good penetration on the kick there, and it was missed out to the right, I believe. So the score stays Wellington 13, Labette County 7. 10:46 left in the ball game. Labette County needs to right the ship and get that ball moving left to right on this field when we return in 30 seconds on KLKC.
Here's a bright idea. Streaming without buffering. It's not 2014. There's no reason for laggy internet and buffering shows. IdeaTech has the technology. It's fiber optic cable. IdeaTech has brought high-speed fiber to 75 communities and counting. Don't put up with outdated internet. Stream without buffering. Another bright idea from IdeaTech.
Labette County now finds themselves down 13-7 here on the road in week number 4 in a top 10 matchup in the Class 4A. Wellington 9, Labette County ranked 10. Grizzlies need a touchdown drive. They've done it before. Let's do it again. Kickoff return by Nolan Nash left to right. A flag flies. That's never a good sign. Another flag flies. Why not? And Nolan's going to return it out to about the 27, and the flags will back us up inside the 20 after the White Hat makes the announcement here in a moment.
Not good to see a flag, especially on a kick return when you know it's probably on the receiving team, in that case, the Grizzlies.
Getting the call here from the White Hat here momentarily as the official's going to talk to Coach Meeks of Wellington and see maybe what he desires of the 2 thrown penalties. 10:36 left in the ball game, 13-7 Wellington.
During the return, holding on the receiving team, half the distance, first down, Labette.
Wow. Half the distance from the 25. Goodness. So that'll put Labette County back near their own 15-yard line. which Labette County had a game-winning drive against Winfield at home from our own 1-yard line. So the 10-yard line, it actually looks like, is not so bad. Labette County going to be working left to right. Wyrick under center with Claiborne and Fields behind him respectively. 10:30 left in the game. A handoff to Deontay to the left. Fumbles the football. We need it. We need it. Oh, I don't think we got it. Did it squirt out at the end?
I think
Labette County fell on it there at the end.
Fell on it at the end.
Kagan Bates fell on it. It looked like Labette County dove on it, didn't get it. Wellington dove on it, didn't get it. And then Kagan Bates was able to recover the fumble by Fields forward for a gain of 7, 2nd down and 4. They say gain of 6. That was, I don't know if we'll score on this drive or not. You know, I certainly expect to have success here. But that was a huge recovery to at least give us a chance.
Even though we don't like to see it, it still got us yards. May not be what we want, but we got yards out of it.
Fields gets the ball again, this time for a gain of 1. 3rd down and 3 coming up. 10 minutes and counting. Well, the clock is stopped. I wonder why. Nope, they say to run it. 13-7 Wellington. Labette County with the ball, 3rd and 2 at their own 18. That 2 yards looks long whenever you're in a situation in enemy, or on your own territory rather, because if you don't get this and it's 4th and 2, that's tough. That's a tough decision. But Labette County's going to get this. Coach Argerbright's been great in short situations. Ooh, Wellington jumped.
Ooh,
all right. Yep. Well done by Aaron Wyrick, hard counting Wellington and getting the 1st down.
Encroachment by the defense. 5-yard penalty. 1st down.
Really big jump there by Wellington, helping Labette County out a little bit on a little scary 3rd and 2 situation. As remember, in low-scoring, close games, small things are magnified, as that helps.
What a great play call by Argerbright. Getting them to jump off sides. Usually it happens on 4th and 1, 4th and 2, but this time they did that on a 3rd and short so that it'd throw them off.
A few fake handoff, and Wyrick finds Claiborne in the flats. Left to right goes Tate and makes a couple miss and gets the 1st down out near the 40. Great play call. Wyrick, after the 2 fake handoffs, turned and was basically shaking hands with the Crusader defensive end and was able to get that ball out just in the nick of time to Claiborne in the flat. 1st down to the 35.
All these boys want to have a chance at getting the ball and getting some big yards. Tate and Claiborne's turn to do that, and he did just as what he was promised.
What a great play call there for the Grizzlies. Same formation, no receivers left or right. 3 backs behind Wyrick, and they hand to Fields, and nothing. Gain of 1, and Fields is kind of slammed to the ground on top of the pile. A lot of things going on inside the box. Grizzlies not having much success up the middle with the run game.
We got to get those inside looks a little bit better. Deontay is trying to do what he can, but these Wellington defenders just know where he's going, it looks like.
8 minutes to play in the game. 13-7, Wellington with the lead. They've scored 13 unanswered points. It was 7-0 Grizzlies at halftime. Aaron Wyrick in the gun. Fields behind him. Straight drop back, no fake handoffs. A throw out to the near side, caught by Bates, turns it upfield and is tackled out of bounds at the 45. 1st down, Grizzlies. They mark him out at the 47. As what a great job by Kagan Bates to run the route deep enough to get the 1st upon completion.
Yeah, and even after he got that 1st down, he still got a few more yards that I didn't even realize he had.
Me neither.
Just that second effort can mean so much in football.
Yeah, as he caught it at the 45 near the sideline and tight-roped his way to the 48. 3 receivers left for Labette County. Heston the solo at the bottom. Wyrick eyes down the defense. A 4-3 front for Wellington. The snap, the give to Fields, runs right up the middle. Just so many bodies. And Bryson Dickens is going to try to shove Deontay forward. He might have lost the ball as no referee, or no, there's an official in there. Wellington claiming it was fumbled. This could not be a good situation here potentially, and the officials are going to mark it Wellington football. Fields had one get away from him a few plays ago and had one happen again right here. He's played such a hard game, and that ball was just punched out by the Crusaders, and they recovered it. They came to play in the second half, up by 6 with 7 minutes left and the football at midfield.
Yeah, you just got to keep that football tucked in. Not much else to say about that one. Try again next time.
Labette County still very much so in this game. Labette County sending heat. Claiborne rushing the quarterback. A deep ball overthrown upon pressure, as that maybe will help get the quarterback Elmore hurried up again as some pressure. Claiborne came at him with a vengeance, and it's 2nd and 10 with 7 minutes to play. Ball at midfield.
It's always good to see on a turnover the defense coming at the offense really strongly and still putting in effort.
A pass across the middle is caught. 2 defenders are juked, and Wellington's going to score on a 50-yard touchdown. And it's 19-7. The clock is still running for some reason, and now they stop it. So Wellington letting it rip here at home in the second half, as they did not play a good first half at all. And I credit Labette County for that a lot, but I know Wellington was displeased with how they played, and I'm sure they're back on track to where they feel like they want to be. Up by 12, yet to kick the extra point. Timeout Wellington with 6:50 left in the game. Boy, now Labette County really needs to get things done, and quickly at that. We'd like to thank some sponsors for allowing this broadcast to take place. Idea Tech, Community National Bank, Labette Center for Mental Health Services, the Corner Store of Altamont, Commercial Bank, Carson Wall Funeral Homes, Elm Haven Nursing Home and Woodridge Estates, the Unified School District of USD 506, Clemens Insurance Agency, Forbes Hoffman Funeral Homes, SEK Orthopedics, Doctors Mosier and Meister, Tank Connection, Labette Community College, Wood Insurance Center, Eye Care Associates of Parsons, Doctors Newland, Gilmore, and Ray, Labette Bank, the Bartlett Co-op, and of course, Labette Health. 19-7, Wellington has stormed out in front in this fourth quarter. In the second half, really, 6:50 left in the game. Here's a 2-point conversion, and it is no good. Really interesting play there by Wellington. 2-point conversion, no good. 19-7, Crusaders in front of the Grizzlies, 6:50 left. Grizzlies still very well in it. Need to score quickly, though. Back in 1 minute on KLKC.
V93.5 is your home for the best variety of the 80s, 90s, and today. Get your day started with the Anna and Raven Morning Show. You're the judge during couples court. Couples share their disagreement, and then you decide who's right. Think you know pop culture trivia? It could pay off, and you score the cash jackpot when you play Can't Beat Raven. Krause in the House gets you home every weekday afternoon starting at 2. Stream us anytime, anywhere at klkcradio.com.
Nolan Nash returned the kickoff for the Grizzlies and got out to the 32-yard line. Grizzlies are going to have to lean on the arm of Aaron Wyrick here to get us down the field quickly, down 19-7. Aaron's going to throw one out to Kagan Bates, who's going to use his athleticism to gain us 7 yards. Grabbed around the face mask, maybe not, and he'll gain 8 as he's pushed out of bounds.
Those plays for 8-10 yards can really help us get back in this football game. We're not out of it yet. There's still 6.5 minutes. And if we score here, it's a one-possession game.
That's right. Oh, yeah, absolutely. I'm really curious to see how well Labette County passes the ball now that Wellington knows we're going to, or most of the time anyways. 2nd down and 2. Aaron Wyrick, quarterback, drops straight back. Great protection. Throws a rip across the middle to Bates. It's caught at the 42. Man, that ball was on a rope.
Yep.
Some extracurricular activity by Wellington, maybe, as Labette County's celebrating, and then an offensive lineman for Labette County stormed down to protect Kagan Bates. It was Parker Midget, saw something he didn't like done to his teammate by Wellington. Here's the call. Well, now they're discussing for a little bit. I didn't see anything, but the Labette County sideline kind of erupted. Here's the announcement.
After the play, personal foul on the defense, 15-yard penalty, results in a first down.
That's huge for Labette County. I mean, I know 2 scores feels like a lot in a low-scoring game like this, but there's so much time left, it's not even funny. So if Labette County can score here really whenever, I mean, the ball's on the 28, within the next couple minutes, I mean, it's ball game on. That's a big call. That advances it down to the 28-yard line. Wyrick barks out an alternate play call from the sideline. Wyrick, hitch and go, end zone, rainbow, back shoulder, flag flies, incomplete. We'll see what the flag is here as the Wellington thinks it's on Labette County, as it was called by the mid official, not the official down by the receiver and cornerback, and it does appear like maybe it's on Labette County.
On the offense, 5-yard penalty, first down.
Oh, first down? I'll take it, as it was ineligible man downfield for Labette County, and if I'm Coach Meeks, I wonder if I won't decline that, but I'll take 1st and 15 over 2nd and 10, to be candid with you, especially whenever you're needing to just score. I mean, just give us the downs. So 1st and 15 for Labette County after an incomplete pass and an ineligible man downfield. Ball on the left hash, 3 receivers right. Wyrick looks to the left solo receiver, now back across the middle, pump fake, squares his shoulders, lets one rip. Oh no, and it is incomplete. Oh my, it almost, well, it did. It hit, who is it? Is that Barrett Heston? It hit Barrett like right kind of in the chest, but it went through the front of a Wellington safety. So that's what threw Barrett off, is that ball looked like it was going to be easily intercepted by the Crusaders' defensive backs, and he flew in front of the football, which kind of clouded Barrett's vision of the football that hit him in the chest.
I think we got a little lucky on that one. That definitely went through the defender's hands. Even though it dropped incomplete through Barrett's hands, it could have been an interception, and it could have been calling game in some of the players' minds. But now we can stick through it and keep going.
2nd and 15, 5:55 left. Another pass for Aaron Wyrick, and too high for Camden Good, who smoked. After the ball hit the ground, not sure. I'm assuming the defensive player was planning on Camden maybe catching it, and so went ahead and hit him anyways. No flags. We're good. 3rd and 15 for Labette County now at the Wellington 33, and now you wonder, well, do we just try to gain 10 yards, or it's 3rd and 15 at this point? Why not just keep throwing deep?
Yeah, I think even if we don't convert here, we're still going to go for it anyways. We have to get that extra score to go 1 score down. Not too many worries here. Just keep our heads up.
Still in it. Labette County down 19-7. 3rd and 15. And a false start on Labette County there on the left side of the line. Just a fraction early. So it'll be 3rd down and 20 for the Grizzlies here in a moment. That makes it a little tougher without question.
Full start on the offense. 5-yard penalty, replay 3rd down.
So now Labette County has 2 plays to get 20 yards. Ball on the Wellington 38, down by 12 with 5:47 left in the contest. It's going to be Nash Heston, Bates to the right of Wyrick. Aaron steps up into a good pocket, slings one, incomplete, landed at the 20, flew some grass in the air after hitting the ground, and now 4th and 20, and potentially the game is staring at Labette County here in Wellington's side of the field.
Huge play right here. No matter what happens, it could decide the game. That mentality that really matters. We need to keep our heads up.
Yep.
It's not the end of the football game. There's still 5:42 left to go.
Yep, and Labette County has all 3 timeouts. And still a down here to get the first. It's going to be a pass play. Wellington only sending 4 guys. Oh, they dropped. They're only sending 2 guys. Giving Wyrick time to hurl one, and it's intercepted at the 20. And so that negates about 15 yards. As if that ball was just not intercepted and batted down, they'd have the ball up by the 40. But since he intercepted it, it's back at the 20, which I'll be honest, Caleb, I would have caught it too. I want an interception in the scorebook. I mean, I wouldn't have just batted that ball down if I was that young man.
Yeah.
I mean, if a ball's coming to you, you intercept it.
Exactly.
You're not thinking about that.
It makes your momentum go even higher, and it makes you feel good about that play as well. We just need to stop him here on this close game.
1st and 10, Wellington at their own 20. A run up the middle, in between a few tackles goes Armstrong, and he's going to be awful close to the first, and it almost would have been better if he just got the first. And we have an injured Crusader, and what I mean by that is if he would have just gotten the first, then because now they're like a down ahead of us as far as running out the clock goes. An injured Crusader back kind of near the line of scrimmage. I can't tell who it is. Let's step aside for 1 minute and come back with an update on the injured Crusader.
Life is about movement, and the human body is like any high-performance machine. When miles add up, parts wear down, and that's when pain begins, and here's where it ends. At Labette Health, our nationally recognized orthopedic and sports medicine surgeons use advanced techniques to reduce recovery times and relieve pain for miles to come. Feel like new again at Labette Health in Parsons, Kansas. For more information, go to labettehealth.com.
Unbelievable! Sparklight is unveiling unlimited internet for just $25 a month. Get reliable 100 meg internet for just $25 a month for 12 months with unlimited data. That's unlimited internet. Call 877-469-3057 or visit sparklight.com/savings. Sparklight, a new breed in high speed.
Cole Zika, the injured Crusader on that play, was kind of helped off by some coaches and appears to be okay. Nothing major, kind of walking off over here on the near side. Good to see. And a handoff out of the shotgun for Armstrong. A lot of room, and he's tackled around the ankles by Kagan Bates, who's so good at that. But he did get the first down out across the 35. And with under 5 minutes to play, Labette County down 19-7 now faces another Wellington first down. And they're just going to look to burn clock, and this is going to be a long 5 minutes here. The Grizzlies led 7-0 at halftime, and they were threatening to score before halftime, and then out of halftime had a 7-minute drive that got down to the 10-yard line and ended in an interception. So Labette County was awful close to going up 2 scores in this game, and a run to the left for Armstrong results in about a 4-yard gain. The ball popped out late after he was down, though.
He looked to be a little tripped up on the play. We've had a little bit of a hard time stopping that type of run style throughout the third and fourth quarter. If he did not get tripped up there by Turf Monster or maybe a foot, he could have gone the whole way.
Second down and a long 7. 4 minutes left in the game. Grizzlies down 12. Handoff to the right side to a new back. A flag flies and only a gain of 2 for Malachi Holloway. And we'll see what the laundry is all about. Again, do you take, you kind of got to take the penalty if it's on Wellington.
Holding on the offense. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Second down.
So that'll make it second down and a long 16 for the Crusaders, back at their own 31-yard line with 3:54 left. So one more first down for Labette County. I'm not really going to do the math. I don't know. So I'll just go ahead and say one more first down given up ends the ball game. Because remember, Labette County has to score 2 more times. So a stop needs to happen here and on third down to have a shot. A run play to the left. Holloway turns it up across the 40, and a good gain for the running back brought down by Nolan Nash and Kagan Bates. Those two have played great tonight. And don't forget, Aaron Wyrick, our quarterback, plays linebacker and is a stud at it. So he's out there every play of the ball game just about.
Most quarterbacks don't want to get injured so they can keep throwing the ball. Aaron seems like he doesn't care, although he does because he's a quarterback. He just wants to take some time and, really dissect those plays, trying to get the tackle and just trying to stat pad himself.
Aaron, a state qualifier, wrestled in wrestling and has wrestled his whole life, and him and his brother Kaysen Wyrick have been so successful in wrestling throughout their lives, and so that translates well into the linebacker position for Aaron Wyrick. We have a timeout. Coach Meeks for Wellington. It's do or die here in the next couple plays for Labette County's defense. Let's take a 30-second break on KLKC.
At Labette Community College, we're passionate about medicine and compassionate about people. Our highly trained instructors provide innovative career-specific education in the field of diagnostic medical sonography. Do you already have an associate or bachelor's degree in healthcare? Earn an additional certification in sonography. LCC offers a 12-month completely online program with a clinical component. In as little as 1 year, specialize in OB, abdomen, or vascular. For more information, text pound SONO to 620-293-6671 today. Apply online at labette.edu.
A big third down and 5 for Wellington here, or should I say for Labette County. They need it. It's a pass to the 50, incomplete, and that stops the clock. And I'm assuming Coach Meeks is going to punt, but you could also look at it this way. If they go for it and get it, it could end the game, but they're going to go ahead and punt. That incompletion does stop the clock. I know it's a really long shot, but we're really looking to stay positive here for our Grizzlies, who have worked hard all game long. I forget, when did we score our touchdown, Caleb? Was it first quarter or second quarter?
It was in the first quarter. I don't believe the first drive, but it was one of the ones after that.
Okay. So Labette County's been held scoreless through the last 3 quarters and held Wellington scoreless through the first half. So it's kind of been flipped here in the third and fourth periods here at Wellington. And this punt is going to take kind of a Grizzly bounce there at the end and stop at the 30-yard line. So Labette County's offense has to go 70 yards ASAP, we'll say, as quick as possible. AQAP, I guess, as quick as possible. And put points on the board in a hurry. As Aaron Wyrick has thrown the ball so good tonight. I've been really impressed with his accuracy. And that interception that was thrown in the end zone on kind of the fade route to Nolan Nash was really good defense by the cornerback. A quick out to Nolan Nash. It's a trick play, and wide open is Barrett Heston. It's caught at the 40. A trick play from the Bag-O Tricks from Coach Argabright. Touchdown, Labette County. Backwards pass. Was it Nolan over here or
Nolan.
Kagan?
I believe
I said it. I already forgot.
Was Nolan.
It was Nolan on the backwards pass, and Heston leaking long. and he was found for the touchdown, going to go down as a 68-yard touchdown pass for Nolan Nash, who's done it all tonight, as we've ran that play in past years, and that was a perfect time to do it.
And Nolan Nash is kind of our backup quarterback for the Grizzlies, doing some wildcats, trick plays, as you've seen just now, and also our kicker. He does it all.
He literally does. What a great play call, as now you make Wellington come out and recover an onside kick and get a first down. Bates the holder, Nash the kicker, and Nolan is gonna get it. Man, what a nice job by Labette County here. Great play call, good execution. Wellington bit really hard down on that apple and found out there was poison in it before it was too late. 19-14 Wellington. 2:30 left in the game. Labette County still with 3 timeouts. 30-second break on KLKC.
Discover what you've been missing in Parsons, Kansas. Curious Minds Discovery Zone, a children's museum that inspires a love of learning, with hands-on exhibits for all ages to imagine, create, learn, and discover. Kids enjoy looking through microscopes, building on our magnetic ball run wall, creative play in our doctor's office or grocery store, and lots more. Discover, explore, Parsons, Kansas.
A trick play, now an onside kick from who? Nolan Nash. It is recovered at midfield by Wellington. The ball just didn't pop in the air like you want an onside kick to pop. So Wellington has it. Labette County still has all 3 timeouts. It's Wellington 19, Labette County 14. It doesn't really matter where the ball is on the field, but it's at midfield, I'll tell you, just for a visual. Wellington's going to look to run here. Labette County needs to stop it, Caleb. They can still win this.
Going back to the kickoff situation, you got to give a lot of credit to kickers that can pop it up and get a crazy spin on the ball.
Here's a run up the middle for 5 or 6 yards. Ouch. Ouch. A big gain there on first. Would have liked to have held that one at the line. Mason Hoppus in there on the effort. Timeout, Coach Argabright. A gain of 5 for Wellington. So they need about 5 more yards to Albert in the game, I'll say. But man, what a play call by Coach Argabright. When we had to score and quickly, he said, okay, no problem. I'll score in 1 play and take 6 seconds off the clock. It was a trick play, a backwards pass to the flats to Nolan Nash, who threw it to Barrett Heston, who got behind those DBs and was wide open for a 68-yard touchdown reception. That was beautiful.
You know, if we get a stop right here, who knows what else Argabright has deep in the playbook that we haven't seen before.
Second down and 5 for Wellington. Ball at the heart of the field. 5 yards stands between Wellington and a 3-1 start on the season should they get 5 yards in the next 2 plays. The snap, the quarterback keeper bounds it outside. First down, Crusaders, and a lot more. He's still on his feet at the 20. Jabs it in, and he's gonna fumble into the end zone. And they're gonna say that it went across the plains. Sorry about the microphone. They're gonna say the ball crossed the plane before he fumbled. But I do want to recognize the heads-up play. I think it was Deontay Fields who stuck with it, somebody, and punched the ball out down here. A good effort by Labette County to stick with it.
Looks to be a flag on the play. Labette County's thinking this is a turnover. I thought it was too. I thought the ball popped out before he even hit the ground. Kagan standing about the 40 with the ball in his hand, wanting to run and score. Here comes the call from the official.
Result of the play is a touchdown. Unsportsmanlike conduct, defense.
Certainly, definitely not what we wanted to hear from the white hat there. The result of the play is a touchdown. And so it's 25-14 Wellington after a long touchdown run by Colton Elmore. But again, Labette County stuck with it until the very end. And who knows, maybe that ball was punched out before the goal line. It's just a shame, there's not $2 million worth of cameras in this arena to determine a football game. But
it's high school football. There's only so much you can do.
Oh, I know. I'm just kind of teasing around. So Wellington goes up 25-14 on Labette County. They're back in kind of that swinging gate formation. So they have 5 offensive linemen lined up on the left hash with Elmore behind them. And then they have another offensive lineman and 2 wideouts behind him to the right. The snap goes to Elmore, looks left on a slant, too hot, incomplete. And the score sticks at 25-14 Crusaders with 2:06 left in the game. Labette County will get it back and needs to score quickly again and make something happen here on the road. Let's take another 1-minute break on KLKC.
In 2003, Tank Connection founders envisioned a Southeast Kansas-based company dedicated to innovating bolted storage tanks, offering superior products and services through a customer-focused team. 2 decades later, and products in 64 countries and on 6 continents, this vision endures. Tank Connection employee owners are dedicated to a future where their shared purpose brings empowered realities to as many lives as possible.
Welcome back, Grizzly fans. We're live from Wellington, Kansas. I'm Jack Leake III. Alongside me is Caleb McKee, our cameraman every week, but tonight is filling in as color commentator as well. Labette County trails Wellington 25-14 with 2 minutes left in the game. The Grizzlies have the ball again with the ball on their own 18 after a Nolan Nash kickoff return. Wyrick is going to look deep left and throw a pretty ball that is tipped by Barrett Heston and falls incomplete at midfield. Wyrick was hit after he threw it and helped up by his teammate Michael Reed. Labette County was in kind of a similar situation a possession ago when Coach Argerbright called a trick play, backwards pass, kind of a unconventional flea flicker is the easiest way I can explain it to someone that maybe doesn't understand football fully, and because I don't know the name of it. How about that's the reason? A backwards pass, and then that guy threw it forward. There we go. 2nd down and 10, Grizzlies, ball at the middle of the field. Minute 53 left. Grizzlies only have 2 timeouts left, so they need to score mightily fast. There is a preventative safety this time for Coach Meek's defense, and we have a flag before the play.
Delay game on the offense. 5-yard penalty. Replay 2nd down. Game clock will start on the snap.
The Grizzlies showed that they can score within 8 seconds of possession ago, and we need that maybe one more time, backed up at our own 13 after that penalty you just heard. Helmet high snap by Wyrick, pressured hard, is going to square up, throw kind of across his body. That's so good, and that's interference. Nolan Nash at midfield was coming left to right, and that ball was so accurate. I think I have a nickname for Aaron Wyrick, and it's Bob Lee Swagger. If anybody knows the movie Shooter, a really accurate Marine sniper. I mean, Aaron, rolling left, pressured from the back, threw across, kind of turning, contorting his body, and threw it right on the red number 5 on Nolan Nash's white jersey. And he was hit before he caught it. That was interference. But my goodness, what a pass. Aaron is impressing me so much tonight.
It's amazing what he can do just as a junior in high school, throwing such accurate passes.
Here's a slant route right in the chest of Heston, caught across the 20. And I think still a little bit, oh, he got past the original line to gain. So 4th down and 8 for the Grizzlies with a minute 30 left, and it's looking pretty grim for the Grizzlies here late in this contest. Potentially looking down the barrel of their first loss of the season. And that will end, though, here after tonight, a very successful regular season non-conference slate. And now they have their eyes on an SEK League Championship. And it'll start next week. We'll start there 1 game at a time.
Yeah, you can't get mad about this loss because we were the underdogs coming in here, and we stuck with them the whole way.
Absolutely. Wyrick's going to sling one. We need it, and it's a little bit out of reach for Kagan Bates. And that'll end the valiant effort for Labette County here tonight on the road. High fives all around for Wellington as they were down 7-0 at halftime and outscored Labette County 25-7 in the second half. Labette County has only scored 7 points in the last 2 second halves of games. The future for Labette County, again, SEK play is coming down the pipeline for the next 4 weeks. And I'll pull up their schedule as Wellington is in victory formation and kneels the clock out. So Labette County goes to 3-1 and looks to start conference play next week at home against Fort Scott before back-to-back road trips at Coffeyville and at Independence, and then what potentially could be a very big league championship determining game should we take care of business at home against Chanute senior night on October 24th. So a lot of fun games left for this Grizzly squad, and take their first loss tonight. But, man, what a great non-conference season for Labette County this year. Beat Pittsburgh, first time ever. Started 2-0 for the first time since '03. A lot of great things have happened already in this young season, and so many more are to come for this Grizzly football squad. 25-14 your final. Wellington is the victor tonight. Credit the home team for a good effort as well, outscoring Labette County 25-7 in the second half. That quarterback looked a lot more comfortable and a lot more sharp. Let's step aside for 3 minutes and come back with the Bowen Pharmacy post-game show.
My name is Bria, and I'm a pharmacist at Bowen Pharmacy. I'm here today to tell you about one of our patient programs, Meds to Beds. Bowen Pharmacy South is located in the medical office building at Labette Health. Our staff works closely with the doctors, nurses, and social care workers to ensure that your transition out of the hospital is an easier and more convenient experience for you and your loved ones. If you are having inpatient or outpatient surgery, we will get your medications directly from your doctor and deliver them right to your hospital bed. If you are having a baby, we will get your medications or anything else that you may need to get your family home without the hassle of making several stops along the way. Whether you're here for a few hours or a few days, we are here at Bowen Pharmacy and Bowen Pharmacy South to help get you well without any interruption in transition of care. Just ask for Meds to Beds. At Bowen Pharmacy and Bowen Pharmacy South, we are here for you today and we are here for you tomorrow.
Life is about movement, and the human body is like any high-performance machine. When miles add up, parts wear down, and that's when pain begins, and here's where it ends. At Labette Health, our nationally recognized orthopedic and sports medicine surgeons use advanced techniques to reduce recovery times and relieve pain for miles to come. Feel like new again at Labette Health in Parsons, Kansas. For more information, go to labettehealth.com. Discover what you've been missing.
Unbelievable! Sparklight is unveiling unlimited internet for just $25 a month. Get reliable 100 meg internet for just $25 a month for 12 months with unlimited data. That's unlimited internet. Call 877-469-3057 or visit sparklight.com/savings. Sparklight, a new breed in high speed.
I'm really proud of them and what they have done. Going 3-0 hasn't been done in over 20 years, and we have a chance to go 4-0. Not quite there, but we get close, and some people didn't see us getting even that close. Just overall, we played a really good game, and it goes back to that momentum that I was talking about second quarter. Once Wellington had a really good play and eventually scored a touchdown that really shifted everything, and especially that interception in the end zone. I think that was the turning point of the game right there.
You could easily argue that. I don't want to overlook, though, just how quality that drive was. And at the end of that drive, I mean, there was like under 5 minutes left in the third quarter. So, I mean, Labette County really, I think Wellington scored before that third quarter was over. I get that. But for like 2 3/4 quarters, Labette County controlled the game. And it was kind of that quarter and a quarter. I put myself in a tough spot there, where just some things slipped like a bar of soap, and the momentum snowballed, grew bigger, heavier, stronger, moved quicker down the hill, and just kind of ran over us. So, I mean, really, Labette County for more than half of this game was the formidable foe. But for that quarter of play, just Wellington used that confidence from that sophomore quarterback and got the best of us, but that's okay. Labette County has SEK play around the corner. It'll start at homecoming next Friday at Lucas Field in Altamont, Kansas, when the Fort Scott Tigers come to town. And I'll have to see, Caleb, would you do the honors and look up Scores in Kansas on Google, on Scores in Kansas Twitter, and see if we can't get some final scores from the Parsons and Baxter game, as well as from the Fort Scott and Pittsburgh game for our listeners before we wrap up the broadcast here in a little bit. We will take a little bit of time, maybe one more break here in a moment, to see if Coach Argabright desires to come chat with us. I know he does. The only thing that might keep him is the long road trip ahead of us. But I know Coach loves talking to you guys and spilling out his heart on this microphone for Grizzly Nation. So Labette County falls 25-14 in this one. And let's step aside for one more 2-minute break and come back with more Bowen Pharmacy postgame show.
My name is Bria, and I'm a pharmacist at Bowen Pharmacy. I'm here today to tell you about one of our patient programs, Meds to Beds. Bowen Pharmacy South is located in the medical office building at Labette Health. Our staff works closely with the doctors, nurses, and social care workers to ensure that your transition out of the hospital is an easier and more convenient experience for you and your loved ones. If you are having inpatient or outpatient surgery, we will get your medications directly from your doctor and deliver them right to your hospital bed. If you are having a baby, we will get your medications or anything else that you may need to get your family home without the hassle of making several stops along the way. Whether you're here for a few hours or a few days, we are here at Bowen Pharmacy and Bowen Pharmacy South to help get you well without any interruption in transition of care. Just ask for Meds to Beds. At Bowen Pharmacy and Bowen Pharmacy South, we are here for you today and we are here for you tomorrow.
Life is about movement, and the human body is like any high-performance machine. When miles add up, parts wear down, and that's when pain begins, and here's where it ends. At Labette Health, our nationally recognized orthopedic and sports medicine surgeons use advanced techniques to reduce recovery times and relieve pain for miles to come. Feel like new again at Labette Health in Parsons, Kansas. For more information, go to labettehealth.com.
In 2003, Tank Connection founders envisioned a Southeast Kansas-based company dedicated to innovating voltage storage tanks, offering superior products and services through a customer-focused team. 2 decades later, and products in 64 countries and on 6 continents, this vision endures. Tank Connection employee owners are dedicated to a future where their shared purpose brings empowered realities to as many lives as possible.
Welcome in, Grizzly fans, to our continuation of tonight's Bowen Pharmacy post-game show. Labette County falls here in Wellington 25-14. We do have a couple scores from around the area. Caleb was able to find some. The final score, Pittsburgh 22, Fort Scott 15. So Pittsburgh did kind of come back and get the best of Fort Scott. Parsons, the Vikings, are on top of the Baxter Springs Lions, 34-14 late in that game. They're in Parsons, it looks like. So a couple good scores from kind of some opponents that we're familiar with and maybe care a little bit about how they're doing, as that is the team that Labette County is going to play host to next week at homecoming at Lucas Field in Altamont, the Tigers of Fort Scott. And again, they almost got a nice win over Pittsburgh tonight as well, but they fell 22-15. I'm Jack Leeke III, joined by Caleb McKee tonight. Thank you guys so much for your patience. This was a longer game, Caleb. Was it 9:30 or so? Kind of a longer game tonight.
I think so. This game really lasted a while because these defensive stops that happened just kept stopping the game, and turning the ball over really lengthened it.
I don't see Coach Argabright, and if I'm not mistaken, the opposing team's locker room, isn't it kind of a distance away a little bit? So maybe Coach might not join us tonight, and I get it with the long road trip and everything. So that'll do it for tonight's broadcast. We'll look to catch up with Coach next week at home. Again, homecoming, be there if you can, but if you can't, you obviously know where to find us. Share the link on YouTube with a friend and tune into the Grizzlies, who will be starting fresh, 0-0, and trying to chase down that SEK plaque starting next week at home against Fort Scott. Caleb, great job tonight. Amanda, thank you so much back at the station for making our voices heard. That'll do it for tonight's broadcast. Have a safe night, everybody. Safe travels if you're driving. And as always, God bless.